So let's dive straight into that thing because like you seem eager. So basically you graduated, 4 months ago?
5 months ago.
It's been 5 months.
Yes, 5 months
And
ago.
now you are in the world. What happened? So what happened? Run me through.
So, well, geez, where do I start? Where was I last time?
Usually.
Yes. Well, no, because we already covered the beginning last time, didn't we?
Well, we'll start when you graduated. So you finished from, where did you graduate from?
Fit College.
Yeah, we know, Fit College.
Yeah, they were great.
They were great. Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, as good as.
I should call them and tell them that you guys love them because I've had very good reviews from Fit College.
Yeah, they're good. So they're I would separate them from the Cert 3 and Cert 4 itself. So the Cert 3 and Cert 4 is not enough. Obviously, we've already gone through all that. It's not enough. But Fit College do what they're meant to do. So
good.
That's really good. And then they make sure they get really good people as well. So
nice.
They will give you a bit extra, and you really need that extra. You really need to be doing like your own research and hopefully have years of experience in the gym beforehand and all that sort of stuff. So
hopefully you got some experienced people actually trying to help you, which is a nice thing.
Yeah, that's what I realized when I went into it. I was like, oh, there's people who've never been in the gym before doing this.
Doing the coaching or the actual PT?
Well, kind of both, actually. Like, yeah, it's like, oh wow, there's people who can run these classes without actually being a PT in a gym, and then there's people who have never been in the gym before doing this course who are qualified personal trainers, and they literally don't know how to do like a shoulder press, for example. You're like, okay.
There's a girl who's I won't disclose where I'm working, but there was a woman who's covered a shift for me the other day, and I was told later that she didn't understand how to adjust the seat that was on like the leg extension machine, which is a handle. Not only did she not, she's a graduate, mind you, not only did she not know how to adjust it, she also didn't attempt to figure it out. So it's like, look, I can help you as much as I can, but I can't fix that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think the last time I had a chat with you, I kind of had almost like an epiphany where it was like, oh, the people who actually take this seriously go into exercise physiology and sports science and all that. And then, yeah, so should I get into the PTMs? So I had a call from a PTM for the first time.
PTM, tell people who don't know what a PTM is. What a PTM
I think it's a personal trainer mentor.
Okay.
Nothing on personal training itself. It's just marketing and this is you should do this, 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 and this, and this is what works for me and blah, blah, blah. Basically just money. And it's like, okay, cool.
How much are they asking?
What do you mean like for their services?
Yeah.
So I'm getting it for free because of where I'm, where I'm about to start. I think it just sort of just comes with them because they want to make sure that it's like a quality assurance thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, I think they sort of just rely on the Cert 3 and Cert 4, like, oh yeah, you know what you're doing. It's like,
so again, for reference, you are moving into a big box gym, which is fantastic after working for what I would kind of classify as a, like low size gym, which usually would come with like a really, really hyper experienced main coach and a hyper specialism, because that's how small gyms survive. But in this case, it was a small gym that had a big gym attitude but didn't have the numbers. So a bit really, really hard spot to start with.
Yeah, they were a wannabe world gym. They had Chris Bumstead all on the walls and everything like that, and it's literally just, it was the size of PCYC, like most PCYCs, but imagine instead of, all this community stuff on the walls, they have Chris Bumstead and all this motivational videos playing on the TVs all the time and all that, and just thinking they're worlds, and it's just
not.
It was very strange.
And then the wage reflects it as well, unfortunately. Like if you're going to work at somewhere, if you're going to work at Worlds, you'll get paid like the guys who work at Worlds, which is high because there's so many clients, if you can make it work. But for there, it was hourly, right? And so instead of doing a rent model, you were on a salary, or not
Yes, because
salary,
I was under someone.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I won't go into all of that.
Going as deep as you wish to go, dude. But not.
I don't think technically I can
And don't.
because of contracts, but basically, yeah, like it wasn't the best deal for me, and it was to the point where it was like, okay, I could just do this on my own and like make triple the amount of money. So
Sure.
I'll just do that.
It's a good lesson learned.
Yeah, although yeah, it was. I don't regret it at all because I learned a lot from the actual like how to do the job with like basically no risk, and it's made setting up my own business like that much easier because I sort of know everything already. The only stuff I didn't know was just like insurance and contracts and all that, and I just chat GPT, whatever, sorts it all out. It's like,
Yeah. It makes life so much easier when you basically have an ongoing lawyer with you at all times.
yeah, for free, yeah.
It's, I saw one of the first, Rogan was talking about it, like a AI music video, and there was no way I could have told you it was AI, and it was stunning. I was like, oh, the egg's cracking. That's good.
Sora, that's the new one. That's where it's like very real.
It's like when you can be the Sasquatch walking around and stuff like that. Have you seen that? Yeah. It's going to be very fun for marketing. Great.
Well, yeah, that's a whole thing, isn't it?
Why not? I could do a giant chicken and do my advertisement.
Yeah, you could.
as a giant chicken.
You can try it out, Sora.
So-
although actually no, it has a watermark on it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'd be keen to. I don't need another platform to spend money on though. There's enough between all the editing and stuff. It's expensive. But now you've finished that gym. You're at a large box gym. But so what's the process for them? So what are they doing to onboard you and stuff?
So actually, they hire through another company.
Okay.
And they're sorting out everything, and they've been pretty good. Like, to be honest, they've been really good with sorting out everything, and they're going to have me on the screens and whatever, all that. They're going to take the pictures, and
You're gonna do
they're
all
the
of
ones
it?
who, yeah, they sort out everything. The gym I'm actually at, like, they don't really, they sort of just go with it. And
The facility and
yeah, basically. So it's not even really, I just sort of get their clients and
Dude, sick. Yeah. Have you actually physically started there yet?
No.
Cool.
On Monday I do. So what's today, Friday? So 3 days.
Oh, dude. Have you already got clients lined up? How many?
I've got 5. I could have had 8.
Yeah.
I could have had 8, but one of them financially they can't. They're literally like on Centrelink now. Like they just can't, and they live like half an hour away. So, and then the other 2 were locked into other things with another PT. That they can't get out of. But they've moved gyms because they're doing an online thing. So they've moved gyms because of me. So they've moved to the gym, and as soon as they're out of that, they'll join with me.
Sweet. So soon to be 7.
Yes. So yes, 5 soon to be 7.
What is your hourly? What are you charging these days? Or what's your intention of charging?
This was an interesting conversation with the PTM. Sure. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to start $80 for an hour because I'm like, all right, I don't know everything yet. I'm decent at problem solving, but someone can't just come to me with like hip mobility issues and I can be like, oh yeah, just do that. For me, it's like, all right, well, we got to do a bunch of tests and play around and sort of, I don't really know what I'm.
Yeah, you got to find the problems, right? If there are any.
I'm like, I wouldn't have a general idea yet. I'll be kind of using my current clients to sort of answer questions for future clients. So I'm sort of in that stage. So it's at 80 at the moment. It's not going to stay there forever.
What's the PTM say?
PTM was like, do like 100 for half an hour or something like that. And I was like,
Nice.
I was like, okay.
I'm signing up.
Yeah, I was like,
30 minutes.
Yeah, I was like.
For reference, I one of the exercise physiologists I know does $80 for 30 minutes. That's a physiologist. that's a like a 40 grand degree.
Yeah. And it was like 115 for 45 or something like that. And I was like,
well, are you gonna do it?
No.
Is that? But like, they're meant to be advising you to be doing things.
Yeah, but I think that works for them. Like, I don't know, because
well, they're getting a cut, aren't they?
I don't think so.
Interesting. it would make you look really good. So I would assume that if you were $115 for 45 minutes, I would assume that you're very good.
Yeah. Well, the argument was, oh, don't do an hour because, what did they say? Oh, because they were a PT themselves. They're like, oh, I've done hour-long sessions, and by the end of it, we're just sitting around doing nothing, and I've had to call sessions early, and I'm like,
fuck. I don't know what sessions you're running.
Yeah, that's
I don't have enough time.
Yeah. Same. I'm like,
so much to do.
I go over like,
There's so much to do. There's never enough. There's never enough time. I just bumped my clients to an hour and a half because it's just I just don't have enough time.
Yeah. So literally, like most of my sessions, even though at my old gym, they were supposed to be 45 minutes, they ended up going to an hour 15 because it's like, well, this is what we have planned and this is what our goal is. It's very goal oriented, not time based, I guess.
Yeah, you're not ticking boxes. You're actually, well, you are, but in the sense you're trying to make it better.
Yeah, it's not.
115 for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
How, Mike, I would ask him, why is he no longer a PT?
I think he is still a PT.
Well, I'd want to be if I'm getting $115 for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, my head coach used to get $150 an hour, which is a similar kind of reel, but it's still pretty good. Yeah. Well, until you get a group class.
And that's the thing, they were just a PT, right? And yeah, so that's kind of when I explained to him what I actually like do, like it's the whole goal-based thing. Like I have, one client who's powerlifting, which I asked you about actually, the sort of like how do I structure this programming, and that programming,
how good is it?
I used it,
so
and
that's
it was
used by the by a guy in my old gym called Jack Carroll, who's a disability Olympic coach. So he's actually a Downs guy who is competing in the Olympics coming up, and that's what he does. And he's fucking good. Like he's stronger than me in every single lift. Yeah. And he's about half my size. Yeah, right. He'll fucking kill me. He's great.
So that program, I got through one 6-week block of it. Yeah. So we retested the 1 rep max for everything. We upped it was 5 kilos on the bench, and then squat and deadlift we got 20 kilos up.
Do you know what the percents were? Based off where they were? Because if he was 50, if he was at 50 kilos for bench and then went up to 55, he's done 10% increase.
So it was 90 to 95.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah.
We did 90, and it just because he really struggled with 90 the first time, 90 would just went up like that. It was
opposite.
That was sort of just as good as
figuring it out.
It was just as good as hitting 95. It was like, oh, look at that.
He probably could. The scary thing is he probably could have done the hundo if he didn't do the 95. So my guys hit it and they're like, oh, it's close. It's fucking close. Maybe if I was fresher, I might have been able to hit the 100.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Because we did try, 97.5. Yeah.
And they always get disappointed. They're like, oh, I didn't hit that. He's like, mate, you just went up 5 kegs. Yeah, like, shut up.
I'm like, that's pretty good. The deadlift and squat were a bit unique because, what was it? It was mostly the grip strength that was sort of holding him back with the deadlift. So we just did a lot of just heaps of deadlifts.
Yeah.
Grip strength went up, so that's what sort of went up 20 kilos. And then the squat was, what was it? It was going off balance when he was taking steps back. So I was like, all right, just shuffle back. And we just worked on that and just did more reps. And but using that program, using the percentage model and all that sort of stuff. And
it works so well.
Yeah, he went up 30 kilos.
Stunning. Yeah. And a lot of that at the start, just so people at home aren't like, give me that fucking thing. How am I getting up 30%? Give it to me. It always starts with these huge, like I told you, these huge jumps at the start. Yeah. And then it goes to that's the mind and muscle linking. So it's actually more them getting familiar with how to do the movement properly and getting comfortable in it. And then the guy's bench, you might then start seeing 5 to 10% increases, maybe even 3% increases once they hit the peak. Yeah. But a lot of teens I have who do a mock version of that will go up 40%. And you're like, oh yeah, don't get used to that.
Yeah, but something I was really proud of as well, because he had shoulder issues before we started with that. And his shoulder issues they're still he's still got a bit of a niggle in his shoulder, but it's gotten better while the lifts have sort of gone up, and his form has gotten a lot better with all of them. We switched around his form a little bit, adjusted on all 3 of the lifts, and yeah.
I've got to show you this. Not now, but there's a really cool shoulder rehab thing. Is it getting sore during the bench and the overhead press? Yeah. Okay. Depending on what it is, what you do is you put a band on the client, on the bench. So they've got the bench, they've got the bar, and you put a band in the front of it, and you pull it in different directions and see which, as he tries to resist it. So there's no weight on the bar. He's just holding the bar in a bench position or he's in flat. And the band other pulls him backwards, and you see if the pulling backwards makes his shoulder hurt more or less, and you pull it sideways and then that way, and that will tell you where the impingement is potentially sitting. And then when you get him to do his rehab, you bench him with a tube under him so his scapula can retract, and you band it the direction that's not hurting him, and it'll actually fix his shoulders incredibly quickly. It's very useful. I picked that one up from a physio in Melbourne. I did some work over there for a bit. And it was just like, I did it because I had a bit of a shoulder crunch. And I was like, oh, shoulder crunch is gone. And he talked about like it being a house. Like if we have a house, it's like if the walls of the house are tilted, then all the furniture rubs against the side of the walls. So we have to put the house back into position before we move it. I'll show you later. It's sick. If you still have that client.
Yes, I do. He's coming over, absolutely. Yeah, because he's getting his sessions cheaper than he would have been, because he would have been getting 200 at the old, 2 sessions 200 at the old gym, but I'm doing 2 sessions for 150 to start with.
That's a great deal for him.
Yeah, so he's like, yeah, and I'm getting huge results. And
oh man, that guy's never gonna leave you. Because it's like, oh, I increased fucking 30% in my lifts and I'm not in pain anymore. It's almost like PTs who know what they're doing are really useful. There's some clients who are like lifers for sure. Yeah. That's sick, dude.
That's most of them that I have right now. They're not, and that's what I'm going for. I'm going for like the long term, like the client retention, not the, come in for half an hour a week for like 8 weeks and then fuck you off and like.
Yeah, you're not doing a rinse and repeat model. Like your value is quality.
Yeah, that's what the PTM was sort of trying to get me to do, and I was like,
well, remember the big gyms are all about quick retention. So they're all about the goal is to get the most amount of numbers in, not keep them in. They like kind of work yourself out of a bad spending habit instead of just fixing your spending habit. It's like, oh, I'll just make more money. It's like, or you can just buy less shit. Yeah, that's one of the two, right? That's sick.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. And I was like, all right. I didn't realize like that's sort of what the industry was about, I guess, but all right.
In Australia at least, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that kind of makes me think like, oh, that's why gyms use a rent model or whatever. It's just money and business and get people in and out, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, the care level's really low. It's how much money can I make off the PT? Which is why a lot of us don't stick around. Or go to exercise physiology. Yeah. That's super cool. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that it's starting to work for you. And like, it's hard to when you start seeing what you want to do versus what people are doing, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I've got a feeling that this guy might not be quite as good as he's claiming to be. You know, or like you talk to dudes and you're like, how long have you been in the industry? Like, oh, 6 years. And you're like, what other quals did you end up doing other than Cert 3, Cert 4? Like, oh, none. Like, oh, so you're, okay, well, like, I did that too, and I can tell you it wasn't enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but they're still killing it. They're still killing it. Like,
yeah, that's the weird thing. It's like, you can kind of rip people off.
Yeah. And I encourage them to do so, because when they injure them, they come to me. And then PTs keep physios and exercise physios in business. It's so good. It's horrible for the client. Like, if ideally I want the client to never see injury ever, which is my goal. But like most PTs, when I come across a really arrogant PT who has asked for my help and I try to help them, but they have the I know attitude. Like, well, I already know all that. You're like, well, okay, why are you injuring your clients then? It's like those guys keep me employed.
Yeah.
Thank God you guys.
What I've come across is the sort of the don't care attitude. Like if I ask some questions to personal trainers, like, oh, should you focus on this detail or whatnot, or should you do this beforehand? They're just like, whatever. Just whatever. It's just don't worry about it. Whatever. Like, yeah. And I've I don't. How do I word this? How do I go into detail with it?
No one watches these anyway, so you can be as rude as you want. Some people do. Eventually, we'll look back and be like, remember when we used to do podcasts in a fucking library instead of the studio? It's pretty. Yeah, it's nice. Wait until it's back in the gym. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be really fun to look back on in a couple of years.
Yeah, you're documenting your first steps in a career that you're gonna. I think is the best career in the world. Right?
Honestly, it's very rewarding. Yeah.
It's great. It's I recommend everyone who wants to do it should, even just for fun.
If you want to do it for the right reasons, though.
Yeah.
Let's not go in.
What are
And,
reasons? What are you talking about, Joshy?
let's
What are
not.
you talking about?
Let's not go in and have 40 different clients all come in for half an hour
Yeah.
and get them to do like 3 movements and then fuck them off and just pocket their money, and they're getting no results, but they don't even know what they should be doing. And
I had a very uncomfortable conversation with a PT recently, and I covered some classes for them, and I have a 12 at the minute a 12-week program that I want to run with this particular group because it's an older populace, and I always document their readiness at the start of the session, and then I document whatever the main thing I'm tracking. Otherwise, I have like that rule. I like to have 5 things I'm always tracking for a 12-week program kind of thing. And I start documenting it. I'm making up this spreadsheet, and this woman comes up and she goes, "Oh, hey, you don't need to do any of that. We don't do that here." I'm like, oh, that's more of a PT thing. And I was like, no, this is just how I do group classes because it takes me 10 minutes and it makes the quality of what we're doing unbelievable compared to everything else. She goes, "Oh, I just don't want you to do that because I don't want to then have to maintain it when I come back." I'm like, and she's like, I save that for my PTs. I was like, mate, this wouldn't pass the sniff test if this was a PT. Like that's minimum, that's minimum group class. Minimum PT is a way higher standard. I'm like, how many clients do you have? Shah? I've got like 80. I'm like, holy shit, like 80 people are getting fucking screwed. She's not even writing down like how their names of the people. Like I get everyone to write their name on the whiteboard and then their readiness next to it. Yeah. And like she doesn't even know half their names. But I was like, well, if you just get them to write it up like that, I can be like, hey Stacey, you're a 6 out of 15 today. You need to chill out. Yeah. And then Jemima will do a 15-kilo deadlift or whatever, and then I can write it down. So in 2 weeks when I test it again, I can see if she's actually improved or not. It's like, this is day one stuff, girl. Like, what do you? And yeah, she's an older woman too. I was like, she's been PTing for like 20 years. But just never went past I think she had success early in that she has a big group that just kind of follows her around. But then, that's always it. Yeah, no need to skill up, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, and just you get comfortable and.
Yeah, she's making bank. 40 ongoing clients. Even I think she's only charging 50 a head, or maybe even 40. But irrelevant. She's living quite well. Yeah.
Just, I don't know. I don't know if it's like just getting into it for the wrong reasons, or if it's just, I don't know. With
I like that you're shifting. You're starting to see the bullshit around you. You're like, wait a minute.
This industry is like it honestly just reminds me of a bloody MLM sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking just, why don't we just try and help people? That'd be nice. But people are so willing to like be loyal to their personal trainers.
Yeah. And that's why you can charge $150. I said to you like 7 hours of content or in-person interaction builds like community loyalty, et cetera. At that point, some people will get that 7 hours and then charge people out the arse, but they never think to question the quality of it. You never
because
go,
I've invested time in this, and that's so it's good now.
Well, I know Joshie, he wouldn't fuck me over. So
yeah.
Do you? Because I'm pretty sure he's making a business, or whoever. Like, yeah, it's like, are you sure?
There's some PTs who you think you can trust them or whatever, and then you hear about how many people they've hurt, and you're like, oh.
And then the thing is where exercise phys and PT differs is that in exercise phys world, I can like lose my license, or I can. There are like the board of exercise physiologists, and the actual Australian government monitors and tracks exercise physiologists. So if there's ongoing allegations against them, they have their qualifications stripped off them. So there's massive consequences for if I was to fuck over 20 people, I would lose a license when I eventually get it. But I would lose the license. But for a PT, like I can fuck as many people as I want. Honestly, there's no one keeping you accountable. There's no one. Yeah, like who's even in the gym you're at, no one is watching you, right? It's like, oh, I'm assuming Joshie's doing his thing.
Well, that's it. I mean, because it can literally just happen like, oh, let's just add some weight, and just, Yeah, that's sort of what I found out. I was like, oh, so some PTs who will just sort of push their clients too hard and let's just keep adding weight and keep adding weight, and then that's broken now.
I had a class that I needed covered the other day, and the only option was someone who I talked to and like, oh, I don't really like doing land classes. I'm a Sheely and aquatics teacher. I'm like, okay. I was like, well, don't bother with the class. I just cancel. He goes, oh no, I'll just wing it. I'm like, no, like I'd rather cancel the class, because if you're like, I don't do it, I'd have no interest in it. I'm not going to do a program. I'm just going to rock up and feel it out. It's like, and kill all my clients. No, thank you. Like most of my clients, I like older population because they're just far more interesting to work with from an injury point of view. So it's more challenging. So it's interesting, but I can't trust that with anyone who I don't have full faith in. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They're the most fragile, I guess, as well.
They're just interesting. They're usually like young teens and older populace, so they have the most things to be working and fixing with. Yeah, because of the growth plates in teens. So every couple of weeks, months, or whatever, depending on their age bracket, they'll have their bones grow quicker than the ligaments and their tendons. So they're and their neurology goes out, so that all of a sudden they're like giraffe babies, where they can't walk full again. So it's like, they get really tight, like joints, and like they get like Osgood-Schlatter's disease, which is like a swelling at the bottom of the knee, which is really common on one side of their leg, and it can be because of the bones growing quicker than the ligament can keep up, and it's just an uncomfortable thing that they have to deal with, and that restricts them in other movements and in sports and stuff. So it's really they're interesting because of the rapid growth, and the older populace are rapidly declining. So you've got two rapid changes you're always having to adjust for.
Sounds very rewarding, yeah.
It's interesting.
Like, yeah, working with like, for example, like I've had a couple like early 20s guys, and it's just boring because.
Well, I'm surprised they can pay for it. That's what I'm surprised.
Well,
the demographic is historically cheap.
I don't know. A couple of them could.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just like they're just boring because they're like indestructible. Basically, you just it doesn't matter what they do. There's nothing wrong with them, and they can just sort of do whatever they want, and there's no consequence to it, really. Yeah. And like, I guess it's because the two that I had didn't really have set programs, and they didn't really want to follow programs.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it was kind of just like, yeah, you can just rock up and just chuck 80 on the bench and just start going, like
with no nothing,
no pain or anything like that. Show up tomorrow, feel great, like
lucky fuckers.
Yeah, it's like
lucky dogs.
It's like fucking. Why am I even here? No, they were good. They were good to hang out with, but
and that's what it is, though, isn't it? It's a hangout. Yeah, I'm hanging out with them. I'm not training.
It was a hangout with them. Yeah, it wasn't. It was just just chat about whatever. Chat about footy and life or whatever. And it's like that's cool, but
well, you're not in the game for that. You're in the game to actually like that spot. I'm not going to someone else.
Yeah, like I'm not against that, but it does. I guess it's not really a waste of time. I don't know.
It's not a waste of time. It just is. It's not bad, nor it is a good thing. It just is. Sometimes you need money. Sometimes you like. I used to do disability with PT stuff, and like yeah, you follow the program as best you can depending on the level of disability. And some days it is them you fill a gym full of balloons and they run around and they pop the balloons and they get a sweat on and it's awesome, but like you don't do much. You know, so it just depends. Like I always think that I would rather everyone do something over nothing. So they're always making a positive step, but as far as my own sanity's sake, I do need a little bit of challenge in my work. But for some people, that's like, I just want to fucking rock up and do the job. It's like, cool. But I need you to push me so I can always be better.
Yeah, that's it. That's a few clients, but I really just don't even. Yeah. I don't know if that's my thing. Like if they just need extra motivation or whatever, I'm like if that's it, then I'm not really.
Yeah,
I could do that, but it'd be boring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oath it would. It'd be super boring, and particularly because you're kind of indicating that you're thinking more about exercise physiology from your previous statement, based off your concerns.
Well, I literally had a client. He got hurt by a previous personal trainer. Essentially, he was doing. I think he was doing chest flyers, and they just kept adding on weight, and then. No, actually, it wasn't a snap or anything like that, but
it was not comfortable.
No, so I got to the point where for the last 6 months, he basically couldn't raise his, I think it was his right arm. Basically, as soon as he got to about here, just pain, and then it was good up here. So I'm like, okay, well, I basically just did a couple like tests with him or whatever. I was like, oh, it's probably your traps from like looking at it. So what did I do? I got him to roll out his shoulders on his traps. I got him to do like, I was just throwing stuff at him. I was like, do some shrugs, do some shoulder flexion things where it's like sort of minimal trap usage. So like got him on the ground, like with his shoulders basically on the ground, just doing like banded things across.
Yeah.
They were just something I saw off Instagram. I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. And yeah, we just kept smashing that. Just kept throwing things at him, and then I was like, okay, these are the few things that work, like pull aparts, whatever.
Yeah.
And then after 2 weeks, completely pain-free. Like he'd been like that for 6 months. He literally couldn't raise his, and he was doing like 8 kilo lateral raises after 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then if you were in the exercise physiology camp, you would have assessed and found out those movements 100 times quicker, basically. Went, oh, you need to do this, this, and this, and this. Versus with PT, for the scope, our scope of practice is like, I'm allowed to look at the joint, what is above and below it, loose and tight stuff, tight and loose stuff, and beyond that is referral out. So it just means it takes a lot longer, because I'm like, instead of being able to send off for a scan or look at his previous medical history records and stuff like that, it just yeah, it's a challenge. So that's where the exercise phys has a huge benefit over, because I don't need 2 sessions. I can just go, it's this, or it's likely this, let's assess it. And then if I need to go beyond, I can, because scope's appropriate. Versus PT, we hit a wall. We're like, hey, let's manually manipulate this thing. Oh, I can't. Okay. Oh, I actually can't do that. And I can't do that.
It's like, so it's like, oh, it's not a muscle thing. Like, oh.
Yeah, well, yeah. If it's skeletal, we can't really comment on it. If it's neurological, we can't really comment on it. It's kind of like, does your toe do a new bench? Let's not do this. But yeah, man. I don't know. It sounds like you're thinking about bigger and better things. You haven't even been in PT for fucking 6 months. You're already thinking about the next step. It's more money. I just made a video about this. This is quite funny that we're talking about this. PT, I think it came out maybe last week. It's like PT versus physiology, something like that. I don't know. It's out there. Or pros and cons of PT, something like that.
I saw that one, yeah.
But yeah, exercise physiology versus personal training. It's just like, if you have the 4 years to spend and you don't mind the $40,000 HEC stat, you are going to be in a better position. Because even if you just go back to PT, you're just a really good one. Like, I didn't like that, but now I'm an amazing PT.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm like, what's wrong with being an amazing PT?
Oh, nothing. I'm a vicious advocate for it. I think that as far as in this field for university, it's just not necessary. But for what I want to do, I have to have it so I know both sides of the fence. So I can comment on both things. So I'm almost doing it so that I can market it and be like, this is how it does work versus this. So we can look at it from that point of view, because I want to go into education stuff, right? But yeah, I don't think you need it at all. I think in fact, I had a really fun conversation with the 2 exercise physios who work where I work. And I was like, who makes more money, PTs or exercise physios? Like, PTs every time. Every time, because we're on salary. Like, we get, or they're sole traders, which is functionally the same thing as a PT then, right? Except, they just can charge more. It's like, oh, so I can just save myself 40 grand and be a really good PT. Do a weekend course here and there.
Because to the average person, they don't know the difference. It's like the same as a dietitian and a nutritionist. They don't know the difference.
I was talking to one of my American mates who's a PT, and he was saying that the exercise phys isn't as popular in the Americas because the standard of PT is really high because it's so competitive. So at least from his, I'd have to check this, but he was talking about how PTs over there there's so many really good ones constantly looking for education that exercise phys just isn't as popular. Because why? You don't need them because the PTs are really good. Versus in Australia, the PT quality is really, really low from at least my understanding. So there's an outcry for physiologists, right? And physios, which is great for us, but super interesting.
Yeah, I actually did have one of, funnily enough as well, so one of the online clients that I have coming over but is stuck on like their old thing until next year.
It's a lock-in, is it?
Yeah, it's a lock-in.
Fuck off.
They can't, it's stuck for a year. Yeah,
that kills it. I hate lock-ins.
Yeah, I'm not doing I'm doing like a week notice for a lock-in. So it's like only really a lock-in by name, but it's like a week's notice, and that's only if there's no like good reason.
Oh, if you don't rock up for some reason, I charge you. Or if you're like, that's different. That's inconveniencing my time. But when I'm like, you must train with me for 12 months and every week you will pay. It's like, what? What if we don't like each other? You weirdo. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a strange one. That's another learning experience. It's like, oh yeah, don't do that.
Also freaks people out. 12-month commitments will sell less.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I did a program for her using like basically your template. This was like 2 months ago, I'd say. So I basically just wrote down, like, they wanted a 5-day-a-week thing. So I wrote down, okay, what are all the movement planes and all that sort of stuff. Just went through all that, did the 4-step warm-ups for all that. They loved it. I had to make a couple adjustments just to fit in things that they specifically wanted. Like, oh, I specifically want like cable curls or something like that.
That's why they're templates. That's exactly why that's called template. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, great. You like, she, has preferences for this or this and whatever. Great. Did that. She went to because she goes to a physio. So she went to a physio and they had a look at the program and they were like, this is really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And this physio.
Did you reach out? Because that's a great
They
connection
know,
for you.
they know of me now. They haven't, they talked about potentially reaching out to.
You should reach out to them soon. Because that connection is like, because physios will eventually have this moment where they're like, their client no longer needs them. So where do they go? Well, if you say to them, hey, I've got a bunch of clients who, as soon as they go to my scope, I need to send them somewhere and I've been sending them through GPs. Can I send them to you instead? Do you have any guys who've just finished with their rehab that you can send my way? And then it's like potentially more clients. Yeah. I'd be calling them next week. Or call them. Right?
Yeah, I'll talk to that client at the gym because they're moving gyms with me anyway, so I'll just see them around anyway. Yeah, and I'll have a chat with them to get more details on like how interested actually did they say they were.
Even if it's just they think your program is good enough that they're happy to send you people, is a huge flatter. Like, considering most of the exercise physiologists and physios I know think PTs are fuckwits. Like before I even look at your program, I think you're a fuckwit. Then they look at it and go, oh shit, actually, you're not a fuckwit. That's good to know.
Yeah, I know. That was like, oh,
Wow,
that's pretty cool. It's like, oh.
I would love to see where your graduated year group is currently, comparable to where you are. I'd love to. Did you keep in contact with any of them?
Yes.
Where are we at?
I think one of them's working at a gym. One of them who didn't really go to the gym beforehand is working at a gym right now.
Nice.
The other ones, I don't think anyone else. So I don't know. There's a couple that I think would have probably gone into a gym straight away, but I didn't keep contact with them. Oh no, actually one of them's like overseas right now and they're coming back in like December. And then another one I think would have started straight away, but I didn't because I didn't show up like the last week or whatever because I can't remember.
Because you didn't want to, and you have
No. I didn't have the kid at that point,
Yeah,
so it
that
must have
time
been
you were kidless.
something to do with the kid probably. Something like, I don't know. Maybe I was sick or my fiance was sick. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Family reasons, but yeah. So I didn't get in contact with them. But yeah, I know at least one person is working in a gym.
That's good. I'd love to see where they're at in their path versus where you are at. Because like 6 months doesn't feel like a long time. Yeah. But it is when you look at the program.
They're at a big box gym.
Yeah, cool.
And yeah, I hope they're doing well.
Is this just going to become a giant stroke your ego podcast? It's like, you're doing awesome, you're amazing, keep going. It should be, because you deserve it. He's like, you are killing it. Well, funnily enough, like, because if you're 5 clients in, it's like when I tell people when they start at new gyms, get 5 clients, give them an amazing service for 6 to 12 weeks, and then just watch how many people are like, hey, has Joshua got free spots? Because all these people seem to be having a great reception. You know?
I mean, that's hopefully my goal is just people talking whatnot. Like even at the old gym, people were talking. Like my dad like went to the old gym and someone just like he just started chatting to someone on the treadmill. Like they would be walking on the treadmill, just had a chat, and then they just brought me up randomly.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were a client of mine or not. They might have been. From the description, it could have been. It's like one person who fit the description, like he didn't catch a name or anything like that. But yeah, they just randomly brought me up. I was like, oh, he's a really good PT, isn't he? And my dad just sort of played along with it. It's like, oh yeah,
You guys are right.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah, he's pretty good. Like,
Yeah, man, that's good. That's good. And like, as long as like you realize that you always still need to be improving though. Like there is no cap. You cannot hit a cap. It's ongoing forever.
I think I've caught myself a couple of times. Like if I have a really good day or like something like that, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can't get comfortable because
we're idiots.
in reality, yeah, I don't know shit still. Like
I don't know shit.
Yeah, it's like jiu-jitsu is a really good example of this. Yeah, it's like like you know the blue belts who think they're like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing from now on, and then they get to the purple belt and they're like, fuck, I don't know shit, and then that feeling just kind of stays with you probably until you're, I don't know. I imagine,
forever. It doesn't.
I imagine
black belts are beginners as well.
I imagine
from my experience.
I'd imagine Charles Oliveira still sees shit all the time, where he's like, I don't
at all.
Yeah.
Imagine putting Charles in like, because he's historically really, really good at Muay Thai, right, or kickboxing. One of them. No, Charles. Yeah, so if you put him in a room of boxers that only do boxing, it's like a lot to learn, right? Yeah, same with us. Like if you think you're hot shit as a functional coach, try doing hypertrophy because there's a whole bunch of different experts, and then you think you're hot shit there, so try to do fat loss programming. It's like, well, that's like, since I'm in the process, I'm nearly finished this book, maybe 12 more months off, but like I'm down to the last like 15 years of each of the main categories, and it's like, since they're so general, it's a bit easier, but I've been deep diving on all the content on each of them, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's just like someone like I read the Arnold Schwarzenegger modern day bodybuilding guide, and then listened to a bunch of the podcasts and looked through the texts and looked through all the science stuff that we already had access to, and it's like, oh my god, okay, so this is, and then you go to functional stuff. It's like, whoa, it's all different. It's the same thing, but it's completely different at the same time. It's just like another 4 weeks of research, then plus talking to people, like, and then you got to do that as well for weight loss, and you're going to do it for recovery. It's like, this is why there's degrees for each of them.
Yeah, right? And there's all these little debates inside each of these topics. Like I think bodybuilding debates are always the most popular, I guess, or the most well known. You know, like how many reps, how many sets should you do, how long should you recover, all this stuff. It's still being debated and all this, and like
they're a little bit better, but the comments I get a lot when I post this content, just like, someone will say something that's polar to the point I'm making, and they're true in essence, but when we look at the scientific literature, there's polar sides that both sides have good points, but I can argue either side quite easily, right? Because there's enough scientific evidence on most topics to indicate I should do 12 reps, I should do 15, I should do 6, I should do 8. It's just like, and there's a lot of supporting evidence around all of them, so there's no one right answer. But when you're commenting in this setting, it's like, if I spend all the time dancing around trying to make everyone happy, we'll never get to any of the points. So you have to take every conversation with this little bit of like, just a little bit of salt. Like, we are just trying to rush through it, right? And the comments are hilarious. Like, I had someone post, I was talking about fruits and vegetables, and in the context of the program I sell and give to people, it's like vegetables come under the category, fruits come under the category of carbohydrates and vegetables. It's like fruits just aren't a thing. Like they are, when we look at them at their calorie output levels, and someone's like, oh, dickhead, fruits are their own thing. I was like, did you even watch the clip? Because if you watch the clip, it talks about why we classify it as a vegetable or a carb, because a fruit's either got sugary-based content, starchy-based content, or fibrous-based content, and most fruits will sit in the sugar and the fiber category. And then potatoes would, for example, fit in the starchy and the fibrous-based category, and celery will sit in the fibrous-based category, because it's not very calorie dense, but it's incredibly fibrous. So when we're breaking down those organic vegetable fruit things, to save us all time, we imagine the word fruit doesn't exist. And they're like, hey, you fucking dickhead. Like, oh. Or I talk about like avocado, like, oh, that's actually a fat, like, and a vegetable. It can be both. It's all good. Relax. It's funny. It's like, ever since hitting the public eye, it's been a very interesting experience. It's like, because I'm giving people like hundreds and hundreds of dollars of free content for nothing. And everyone's got a problem with it. It's like, fuck off. Like, just don't follow me then. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it, because anyone can just rock up and just say shit, and it's like,
I can charge people if they want.
That creates like a filter, I guess, maybe.
I can do that. I don't want to though. Like, for the people like who want the real attention and deep dive on their programming stuff, I do like one-on-ones over Zoom and stuff, and eventually I'll build that out. But like for the general populace, like I'd rather you just have the information, save you looking it up. I'll just give it to you. You know, it's like if you type in powerlifting program, there's no way to check its validity. But when I give you 3 videos about it, some examples, and then also the template, then at least you've got a little bit of standing upon it because you've listened to the content, right? Fuckers. Bunch of
It's like
fuckers.
free studying right there.
What a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
How long do you think until you fill up your books?
I have no idea.
Because you already got 5 and you haven't done anything.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I've never actually, like, I've made calls to clients who showed interest and stuff like that, like phone calls. That was a good experience, and it's like they've all been like 100% success rate.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
nice.
I didn't end up getting to do anything with them because the whole business closed down.
Yeah. But can you take them to the new spot you're at? Are we allowed to say where you're at? Yeah. It's anytime. Yeah. I keep saying and then cutting myself off. It's like, let's just tell the people. Save me editing it. Like if we can say anytime, we'll say anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
Ooh. Well, what's the rent model there? It's like 300, right? 320?
I got an email that says 280.
Fucker. They tried to charge me 3+ when I was there.
Yeah, I think.
Fuckers.
Yeah, I don't know. What is it? 6 weeks free, then the next 6 weeks half price, something like that.
Okay.
So
you got 12 weeks to get your shit together.
Basically. And I'm like, well,
You'll be fine.
yeah.
You'll be fine.
I'll be right. Money's not like a thing where it's like, I need money right.
Yeah, you're not stressed. Yeah, no. As long as your kid and your family get food on the table and you can get to work, you're going to be okay. Yeah.
Yep. Tick. Let's build a business.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Like, yeah, I get why people, you know, this like PTM model, like I'll just fucking charge out the fucking ass and half an hour sessions, get people in and out and just keep cycling people and...
Yeah, make $3,000 a week.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it.
And lose your clients in 2 months.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know how you can...
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. People aren't stupid either. Like, say what you will about the client. The client just doesn't know about fitness, but they're not idiots. Please don't assume that they are. Because if they go, this seems like a weird deal, and then you don't address it and you don't justify why it's as expensive as it is, they just leave. And then those quality clients are the ones you want to keep. And then you end up with the dregs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've found. Like the clients that I'm bringing over, like they're all like very smart people, all very smart individuals, which is like
makes a lot of stuff.
Makes the sessions quite good because you just chat to them about anything. They're very smart, so that's always a bonus. It's like I want clients like that. I had some like some Asian lady who I could barely understand, and she was like, you always see her doing crazy shit around the gym, and she wanted to train with me, and I'm like, I don't know if you're going to be like swinging off the bloody thing like the next, I don't even know like what. Yeah. So I'm like trying to filter out clients like.
Yeah, it's hard. I have been helping a woman of late who's Korean, South Korean, not the other one. Hardest, she's how's she even here, right? But she's like, the attitude, the work ethic is unbelievable, but she has what I would think is like diagnosed, I think, I need to see if the report was, it might have been osteoarthritis in the knee and osteoarthritis in her ankle, or at least a very minimal, at least arthritis. She's had some surgeries done and there's a bit of inflammation. And like, I'm trying to relay to her what we need to do with the language barrier. Like, she's amazing. And in her home language, she's a fucking killer. Like, she's so smart. She's very switched on. She just doesn't speak English fantastically. And it's hard for like anyone to take those clients on because you're trying to relay this quite complicated information to her, but you also don't want to overcomplicate it. And it's that challenge. And for some people, they won't take on people of different ethnicities because that's a barrier for them. And I get it. But like, she's great. Like, she's amazing. Once we find that mutual meeting where I can get her interpreter in and we can actually have a conversation, like she should school me. I think she's got a background in, it's something to do with law. She's not a lawyer, but I think she was something over there, like I don't know, some sort of something in the legal system. And so she's very switched on, but geez, I'd be so frustrated for her. Where it's like people just don't understand you, and she's been denied by a lot of other PTs because they won't take her on because of the language barrier. It's just like I thought it'd be a fun challenge.
That's it. That seems to be a thing. Like, seems to be a theme. It's like challenges make it fun. Like, because you just want results and just that reward sort of thing. Like, you want to make a difference, I guess.
Once your bank account's fine,
yeah,
challenges are fun.
Yes.
So when you're like, oh my god, I'm so hungry.
then, big difference.
But yeah, when it's like you are at a position where you can have as much of a muck around as you choose, then yeah, it's nice to take on some. But your cost then reflects the fact that you can do that, right? So it's like when you have 10 stable clients or 20 stable clients or 50 and you're a high price marketer, then you can really focus on the niche stuff. So usually reflected by the fact you're charging and the amount you're charging, right? Interesting. Are they going to let you do, is this Anytime Fitness model, that $280 a week, are they going to let you do group classes?
I have to do one group class a week.
What, only one?
Yeah.
That's so good. Okay. And they pay you $40 for that?
It's $1 per minute. I don't know.
Yeah. 45-minute sessions they have usually.
I think you can do half an hour.
Okay.
But it's all good because that's actually kind of something I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to do boxing. They straight away asked me like, do you do boxing? And I'm like, yeah, I really want to do boxing classes.
We need a box fitter. Yeah. Everyone needs box fitters. It's crazy. Everywhere I go, like, it's just popular, but it's not even necessarily needs to be boxing. It's just popular.
Well, a gym I used to go, so a couple of gyms. So there was one box fit I did at PCYC, another box fit I did at, I don't know if you would call this a big box gym. I don't know. I'll just name drop it.
I don't know. You can if you want. Is there any legality? Well,
I don't think
you've worked there before, right?
No, I haven't worked there. I just trained there.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, lifestyle.
Ugh. Ugh. Don't talk about. Yeah, you can talk about it, but as you were. The irk is because lifestyle in this area historically is horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, with the whole legal side of things, trying to.
Oh, I'm not sure what they would. What?
No,
What? We're just chatting about their terrible services. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't bad. Like the trainer was really good.
Was this before they got bought out by those two people?
No, this was after. But it was the same trainer as before anyway.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah, no, she's really good. But she's not a boxer.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know anything about boxing.
Sure.
So that makes a huge difference. And actually, I think one time I did box fit at PCYC and we didn't have a boxer running it. They had a like substitute for 1 week and the quality difference is astounding when you have someone who knows boxing and someone who doesn't know boxing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's sort of one of those things where, people will just go in just to literally just flail their arms around at pads and just like, I'm box fitting.
Welcome to the fitness industry.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
It's mainly smokes and mirrors.
It really is. It's just making people feel better about themselves.
Well, for reference, I have said to some of the guys that I'm happy to cover aqua classes when people are sick and when needed, because I'm happy to help out the team. And I was interested to see how water would affect the programs I run. And no training for aqua. Like, hey man, can you cover next week? It's like, oh, what's the training procedures? Like, oh no, just figure it out. I'm like, what? The classes are 50 to 70 people big in summer. What are you talking about? Figure it out. Yeah. They're like, we just have a play with it. So I had to call up some of my friends from back home who are aqua instructors, and I spent a couple hours chatting to them about where we would begin, and then we go to the class. It's great, it's fine, no problem. But I was like same with the boxing. It's like, you got it, just punch a bag. It's like, well, the business guys don't really understand how the fitness side of it works, but they still need the product. So I've just put up a bunch of things over the gym of like the tests that I like to run in classes, and I have a couple of 1RMs. And the managers took down the 1RMs because they don't want to encourage tomfoolery in the gym. But I'm like, the guys who are doing the issues you're talking about are already doing them. When I have those challenges up, to get on the board, you have to be supervised by me to prove that you did it. Yeah. So it's encouraging spotting. And it's an encouragement of morale. And if we don't punish them for this behavior you don't like, but instead guide them into a space where it is where we want it, so they can get the thing where they like can do their 1RMs that they're doing regardless of, because it's a 24/7 gym. Yeah. But we can also guide them in how we like to get it done in the gym. Everyone wins. Yeah. But that, from a management point of view, doesn't make any sense, because that's not how it looks on the books. Like, we're thinking long term, not short term. And they have certain quotas, so they have to do certain things. And they've got bosses upon bosses upon bosses. So guys who don't really shouldn't have much fingers in the pie are all getting a little slice. So all of a sudden it gets really dirty and muddy. You're like, oh fuck, you know, better off as a sole trader.
But yeah, that would have been your old job, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, too many fingers. Like, people who are not in the fitness industry telling you how to fitness industry based off number. Like, we want to make more money. And my rule of thumb, I tell people, is like, it will take 18 months. Whatever project you give me, I will quote you an 18-month before I start making you profits that are going to make you really happy. And anything before that, we're laughing. But 18 months is reasonable. And they're like, oh, I don't have 18 months. I'm like, well, you can keep doing the same bullshit you're doing that hasn't worked yet. Or we can do something that I know is going to work in 18 months. But you can't plant corn today and then immediately take out the seed. You got to plant it, and then next harvest, you're laughing. Yeah,
like after that 18 months, like that profit is like,
yeah, you're killing it. You're killing it. Yeah, you have a really functional group class with 20 people in it that are really loyal, and everyone's
really
happy.
everyone's.
Yeah, and the community, like, the word of mouth spreads like wildfire. Yeah. But that's like 2 summers, right? The first summer you get everyone that, yeah. But I get it, like, we're not business people, although some of us are. But from a like legality, you have to hit certain quotas point of view. I get that 18 months isn't reasonable for a lot of businesses. Yeah. Like, I need it now, right now. Okay.
I guess it's like the art of finding the balance. I don't know.
Yeah. Let me know if you figure it out.
I don't know.
Sell it. Sell the shit.
Yeah. Well, at least, yeah, with this. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird about the boxing classes. Like, you don't even need any kind of qualification. Like, if you have a Cert 3, it's like, go run boxing classes. Yeah,
you can do a cert. You can do like at least for the PCYC where I was helping out previous, they did like a little short course, a weekend course for boxing, but it's box fit. It's not boxing. Yeah. So like, from my very minimal experience in Muay Thai, like, they say, you'll be fine. I was like, oh, yep, you're right. Like, remember that I'm a grappler, not a striker, right? They're like, no, you'll be fine. So like, my 8 years of jiu-jitsu beats their 1 week of fucking boxing, and I don't know shit about striking.
It's like, do you know what a jab and a cross is? Like,
maybe.
It's like,
and now do a shrimp. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. Man, yeah, no comment. But yeah, if you have boxing stuff, dude, like, you'll kill it. Like, the biggest regret you'll have is that you don't get to control how much money you get off that class. Yeah. That's the biggest problem. Yeah. And you can now not open boxing classes at Anytime Fitness because you will become a competitor against yourself, which you cannot win. Because the better you get, the more appealing the free service becomes. Yeah. They're like, oh, why would I pay for 2 paid sessions when I can just go to your 2 free ones? You're right, you wouldn't. So I can't sell that, even if you're the best boxing coach around, or box fit coach around, right?
That's it. So yeah, thinking about that, it's probably best to just limit it to one.
Don't work yourself into the corner. Yeah. Where it's like, oh my God, like, he's a really good boxing coach. I'll open up 4, and then you have all these clients, and then there's this like tipping point where it's like, it is doing marketing for me because people love my services. And there'll be this point where, like, I no longer need it to do marketing for me because I'm a well-renowned coach inside this space. Yeah. And it's like, well, now I need to cut back those classes, but I can't because I've promised 4 classes a week. Yeah. And now those classes are giving me, $1 a minute, where they're now worth 5 a minute. So I'm 5xing my shit. I've put myself in a corner. Yeah, that's the funny thing about the rent model. Is like, you start off taking whatever you can take to pay for that rent. But before long, you're now making exceedingly more than the rent even matters. And then you're like, oh shit, now I have to figure out a way to do these things I've promised to do, but whilst also now leveling up to the next stage of my evolution. It's like taking on too much too soon.
It reminds me of like how trades used to work, I guess, where it's like you start off as an apprentice or whatever, and you just take the money or whatever. And then once you actually become qualified, you know what you're doing, to the point where you could start your own business or whatever, then they pay you enough to keep you. Yeah. And it's like, that's really realistically what gyms should be doing. Like, just to try and stop you from, becoming a competitor and hey, everyone, come to my place. Like, I'm going to stop here and, you know, grab 30 clients and just come to my place, you know.
Yeah.
Come train at my
So the
place.
gym you were just at did, isn't it? Didn't they
What's
split
that?
and try to take half the clients?
The gym I was just at.
Yeah, the one that you resigned from. Wasn't the idea is that they took half the clients as they moved out of the last space or tried to? Was it super common?
Yes, they did.
Common.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Yep.
But that's everyone. That's every gym ever. But that's why, like last time we were here, and some of the videos you've seen, I talk often about it should be an apprenticeship. It's like you should have 4 years under someone who's making the kind of money you want to make, and like not just some dickhead, like someone who's actually doing it. And then you like spend the first year taking on every single client you possibly can under the guise of your mentor. So you can learn the skills in the one-on-one setting. Second year is specialization of finding what you like and what you don't like. Third year is making money off the group class, and fourth year is learning how to run a business. And then you get to decide to either stay under the person and continue and build their business, go out on your own, or open an affiliate. And then that should be that's what I will eventually do once I open up the clinic, once I graduate.
It's just like, I guess the people who at the moment, because there's no option to do that, they just go exercise physiology or sports science or whatever, and PT just sort of just drops into this whole, like, I don't know, it's not quite an MLM, but it's like, it's getting close to it where it's like, man, you just scam me.
MLM.
So,
MLM.
you know what multi-level marketing is?
Oh.
The pyramid scheme type.
Yeah.
It's kind of that thing where you just, that's what PTM is sort of seen.
That's what business is, by the way. There's someone working, getting a lot of the money as they delegate down. That's it, most business.
It's like that, but you're just offering things that just aren't worth it, just so the people above you can make more money.
Yeah, some people buy, furry costumes. Like, how worth it are they? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. It's like you're just selling shitty fitness. People buy shitty foods quite happily. So yeah, the model is the model, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, well.
Yeah, if you want to spend your money on services that are hurting you, people smoke.
Yeah, I just don't understand the whole half an hour thing.
Oh yeah, I don't agree with that model, but you as a sole trader can decide what you want to do. Yeah. That's the benefits. Like I'm an employee at the minute, managing, but an employee because of the needs for the study. But if I didn't have that, I must study 30 hours a week, I would be a sole trader because I hate, as soon as someone says you can't do this, I go, no, you're just having trouble doing this. Like the word can't shouldn't be in your vocabulary. It's just you yourself are having trouble and you're not outsourcing and you're not chatting to someone who can do this and then learning. That's what the attitude should be. So when they're like, we can't run more than 2 classes away. It's like 2 classes a day. No. We don't know how to run 2 classes a day, or we don't have another coach to do 2 classes a day, but we can do it. The question is the lemon worth the squeeze? And then as a sole trader, you can make those decisions instead of being like, I've got to talk to 6 people before I do this thing. Yeah.
6 people who don't really have the best.
Don't know anything about fitness. Yeah. Don't see your vision. And that's why I've always preferred working for myself. I really dislike working for other people. It's very rare that you find other people who are on board with what you're trying to do. And like, I'm always like, hey man, like if it costs me nothing except for, maybe a weekend of trying to figure a thing out to see if this thing's really awesome. For example, like a new class, or I might do a poll or an expression of interest form, and you say no just because you don't want to do the extra work of posting it, then you're just getting in the way of progress. Yeah. So don't talk to me in the meeting that we're not making enough money when you're getting in the way of me just, like, I want to work 12 hours or 15 hours a day if I can. Yeah. Because if I'm a sole trader, I get all that reward, right? Yeah, that's it. Fuckers. I reckon in 5 years, we'll sit down and you will have started exercise physiology, by the way. If you haven't made big money from your PT stuff, you will probably move that way.
You reckon specifically exercise physiology?
Yeah. I don't think you get physio.
What about sports science?
That's just baby versions. So I literally had a chat to one of my people who are working with me the other day who's looking to do it. And she didn't know what she wants to do, so she's doing sports science. I was like, why did you choose sports science? She goes, I just want to do gym and stuff, fitness. I was like, you know what sports science is, right? Like sports science is I'm taking your blood, I'm checking your oxygen levels, I'm doing a lot of statistics. Like I'm doing the chemical and I'm doing the actual like in-house clinical side of the sport. I'm not doing it. You're thinking exercise physiologist, but to be an exercise physiologist, you have to have exercise science degree. Like since my degree is longer, it's because I'm doing both of them. So I'll get should get 2 degrees by the end of it. But it's like it's kind of just like saying I want to do a degree in business. It's like it's just it's a very blanket thing that then you specialize into the specific business you're trying to do. So it's so like you can't physiotherapists will have exercise science degrees because some people do exercise science so they can get into physiology because they didn't have the marks from school. Yeah, but it's just like it's a blanket. It's a very blanket thing. It's not like I'm a diesel mechanic. I'm a trader. I'm a tradesman. It's like what trade? Just all of them, a little bit. It's like a handyman degree. Yeah. But some of them go quite well. They go clinical settings. Most of them I see go into like PE teaching from that, and in private schools because there's lots of money. But they end up doing PE teaching, but because they have that diploma, which is interesting. It's 150 grand a year, mate. Some of the private schools.
Yeah, and that's a lot. That's a lot of holidays, isn't it? As well. Yeah, it's just getting the kids.
Teaching kids about puberty and running sports programs. Yeah, well, kids go through it. Turns out. Wow. Well, you have a daughter, so you're gonna need to know about it because that's eventually gonna happen. Not for me, mate. You need to get so jacked between now and puberty for her. Like a weapon as a boxer, and like I want 120 kilo man.
Just like the scariest person you've ever seen.
Shave the head, keep the beard. Just get 120 kilos of raw HGH testosterone based. Just get so jacked.
I'll just go to the doctor and just be like,
fuck the doctor, black market.
Okay, true. Yeah, well, all right, I'll go to Worlds.
Oh yeah, I'll go to just go to literally talk to anyone at Worlds. Yeah.
I'll just hang around the bathrooms at Worlds and
just go to the doctor, jack off before you go in, crash your testosterone levels, and then get him to do a blood sample for your test. And your test is low.
I'll just say like, hey man, I have a young daughter. He'll understand.
Oh, he'll get it.
Yeah. He'd be like, oh, you want to be fucking like terrifying?
Do you want to be like dead by 40 but scary? Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. How do you like your arteries tight? I like them real tight, blocked up. I like my muscle working hard. My heart's got to be like I want my heart to be fatigued. That's how hard I want to be. I want to look like I got garden hoses for veins. That's what I want.
I want to look 20 years older.
I want to look like I'm about to die at all times, so you can't tell. So I look on the outside how I feel on the inside.
No, you'd probably send me to therapy then.
Yeah, fucker. Damn, that's the wrong kind of drugs. That's the wrong kind of drugs.
Yeah.
Man, you should definitely start learning about like the cues and signs and symptoms of people on steroids because you'll see it everywhere, and like, people are gonna ask you. They will ask you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Drugs are bad. Don't do it.
It's like the obvious ones, isn't it? It's just the back knee.
HGH. It depends. Like swollen. Like when people have like massive inflammation in their face. Like if I wasn't sunburnt, this redness like my face is currently is kind of what stuff I'd be looking for. Like is their blood just running hot for no particular reason? Like the reason I tell you to consider it is because if you can have an open dialogue with your clients. Obviously we don't recommend it. And we always tell them to seek actual like endocrinologist advice, but like young teens will ask you. And it's that kind of attitude. It's like, I would rather the teen talk to someone who knows about heroin than just figure it out themselves. Yeah. It's like if someone's like, hey, should I do testosterone? And you're like, here's the facts about it. Your decision's your decision, but I'd rather you be as informed as you can because a lot of the young guys will ask you. And I'd far rather them ask me and I give them as much information as I can and then direct them to someone who's not just going to shut them down. Because if you go, oh, steroids are bad, you've lost them. They're no longer going to listen to you. They've lost your faith as a communicator. Yeah. But it's like, hey man, like if you want to be a pro athlete, a pro bodybuilder, that is, not an athlete, but like a Mr. Olympia, you're going to have to do steroids because all of them do, because that's that job. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's neither. It's a thing. You know, most MMA fighters are on steroids for the healing. Most pro cyclists are on some sort of EPOs for the cycling. So it is a very large reality of our sport. And a lot of guys you're going to see in the gym are on steroids. So those physiques aren't necessarily real. So here's the facts. And here's what I need you to know before you make any decisions that you can't take back.
Yeah.
They go, cool.
Can't sit back, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know if the first injection you do drops your testosterone levels to a point where they don't bounce back. Because some people it can happen to. Not everyone. So most people are fine for the first injection. But you just don't know. So I always like to have a basic knowledge of how some of the steroids would affect your biology to a level.
Yeah.
But it's not right now your priority.
Yeah.
Something I suggest down the track you have an understanding of.
Oh, yeah. I got meant to do it. Let's get a blue card, which
Yeah.
happened. Which is weird. So
You should get a blue card.
I've got a blue card now.
Oh, good. Your main focus next is do your nutrition. You got to get your fucking
Yeah,
nutrition
I need to. Yeah. Well, I don't really want to do a course or anything. That's a weird thing. I hate studying, but I love learning. So
Well, the traditional study, sit down, read a book, figure it out, is not as useful as spend a day with someone who's in the field you like.
well, that's it.
You
But
learn a lot more.
yeah, but then it's like the whole writing. Oh, you got to spend time any day to write this up, and I'm like, oh.
Well, that's why you went to a physical job. Like PT, like the reason I chose PT is because it's a combination of ADD and a caffeine.
Basically.
Like,
This is like the ADD, ADHD job.
Yeah, it is, because you have to do so much. It's like I get to do marketing and selling and program writing and one-on-one and group class, and then I've got to do this, and I've got to do, I've got to do admin, I've got to do calls, I've got to do sales. You're like, it's great.
I'm
great
already
for the
like,
brains.
even before I moved, I was already like, all right, so once I get the business up and running, like, what am I going to do to keep myself from getting bored? Like, even
Yeah.
after it's successful, it's like,
Yeah, and little quick wins. Like the cool thing with PT is like I can do something right now that pays off right now. So it's that immediate hit of like, oh, next thing. Like, there's always a next thing on the list. Your job is just to make sure you're actually on a road that's relevant. You're not like, I'm going to get my yoga degree, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do nutrition, and then I'm going and you have no idea. You're just running in a circle like a dog chasing a tail. Yeah.
just chasing the next thing. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't really.
But yeah, your next thing after you fill your books out is do your nutrition, for sure, if you want to start making a bit more cash. But the thing I sent you will have everything you need.
Yes. Yes, it will.
That was such a fuck around to make that. It was so annoying. And it makes me look back at some of the videos I've made prior, because I made sure this one was as good as I can get it, because it's a product that's sellable, as in you guys are selling it, not me. Like I wanted to make sure it was clear, entertaining, concise, versus the first one I made that's for the client. Just because it was early in my editing skills, I was like, oh shit, like the difference is fucking noticeable. But I won't take down the original because I think it's good to see where I started versus where I am.
Yeah.
I might have to remake it at a later date, but
Probably should, yeah.
yeah. Is that you telling me it's shit?
No.
You're right. All the chicken photos.
So you can
Well, I don't necessarily need
put
it.
your best foot forward.
Yeah, I just don't think that the client, based off the stats that I've gotten off that's posting that video, what it has done is most people don't finish the 12-week course. It's not really common. What happens is they've watched the first two things, then just seek nutritional consult from me directly is usually what happens, because they just go, it's a lot. It's valuable, but I don't want to sit here in my own time. I'd rather pay him to do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's almost like giving them homework. Like, I'll just get you. It's almost an incentive to just pay them. So like the course that I gave you, that's free to the public. Who would have thought? Actually, it's not yet. It'll be out by the end of next month. It's like you run this thing, and like the likelihood is that most clients will just flock to you instead of actually doing it. Probably. And I've built it as such.
Yeah.
It's like, I know that clients aren't going to do it. They're going to be like, hey, can you do this with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy.
Fine.
And it also means the same thing for the PTs. A lot of PTs will look at that, and if they follow it, if they read the scripts, watch the videos, and follow the templates, they can make an extra, $1,000 every 6 weeks or more, depending on how many clients they want to take on. But if it was just one client, they're charging $50, which is the low end for that course, and it's 6 sessions or 5 sessions, it's an extra $250. You do 4 of them a week, 6 weeks. Not unreasonable of an ask. But most PTs will watch 2 or 3 of those things and go, too much work.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And then they'll ask for consults, usually, to how to do it easier, which I don't think there's an easier way. There's a little bit of effort has to be put in. But, man, I just, like, my old coach used to run the same thing but twice as long and make, like, $5,000 off that for like 12 weeks, or 10 grand on one of the times, because he had like, what was it? I have to do the exact numbers, but I think we clocked it at 24 clients at $50 a week for 12 weeks. Pretty good, right? And it's not, it's only 1 hour a week kind of thing. So yeah, I think that I'm hoping that course kicks off people to understand of just how much money we can make in this industry. But the real goal was scope of practice.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have no idea what your nutritional scope of practice is.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. It's sort of just, you
Could
can't
you
be
tell me?
specific.
Well, here's a good example. I tell people, I say, I need you to eat 1 kilo of broccoli a day. Is that in or out of my scope?
I'd say that's out of your scope.
It's out of my scope, because I've said exactly how much of the thing to eat a day. If I said you should roughly eat about 1 serving of green vegetables a day, is that in or out of my scope?
Because you've said roughly, I don't know actually.
It's in scope, because I haven't told you what to eat. I haven't told you a serving size for you is different to me. I've said green vegetable. So like 1 kilo of broccoli is ridiculous, but the example is what it is. So it's like, if I say to you, I need you to have 300 grams of chicken a day, out of scope. If I need you to have 300 grams of protein a day, it's in scope. Because if I type into my Google Watch or an app, much protein do I need to have, and it says 300 grams, I'm just reading it to them.
Yeah.
It's no different. That's in scope. Anything your Apple Watch can give you is within your scope. But then our job is then to give them context.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell you what, it's a hard line, and you often need someone to be like, hey, that was out of scope. You can't say that. And this is in scope. And here's the script, and here's the template, and get them to tick this off, and just do this. It's not that bad. You'll be fine.
So what if you do, so you can't be specific with foods, but you can break
Why
it.
should you be specific? Like,
Well,
why
yeah.
would you?
Yeah.
So I say this, and it's going to annoy people. I don't really care. But rice is carbohydrate. When you reduce your carbohydrate intake, it's likely that your calories will reduce, and therefore you'll likely lose weight if you're in a deficit. So should I tell people eat less rice? No, because if you're an Indian person and your main fuel source is rice, it's a ridiculous thing to ask. If I say to you, just eat salmon and potatoes, and sure, it might work, but what if you're allergic to fish? So the reason I can't say specifics is because firstly, you have a food preference. Culturally, we have food differences, and there's allergies you've got to consider. So that's why I say there is no bad diets except for fluids only, because it kills your villi and philly inside your stomach. But if someone says, oh, I'm carnivore only, cool, does it work? Yep, then good for you.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay, sure. Now, do we know that we need the fibers in the colon to help build your immune system? Yes. Do we know that 5 colors of vegetables ingested every day is going to help your microbiome, and also, more importantly, help your micronutrients? Yes. So is it suggested we do carnivore only? Depends. In this context, I probably wouldn't suggest it, but there's no reason I wouldn't to stop you from doing it.
Yeah. You basically just.
I'm just giving you context. I have to give you context. I have to say stuff that gives you the best. It's the same as the steroid thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm never going to tell you to do it or don't do it, but I'm going to give you every bit of content I can for you to make your best decision.
And that's how I write my programs as well.
Sweet.
Interesting enough, yeah. I sort of, like, I don't just write programs for my clients. I'm like, write like a base program, I guess, and then just sort of get them like their preferences on things, and get like whatever,
You're right.
and just say like.
Well, here's an example. I use this with clients all the time. When you want to lose weight, people talk about heart rate variability, and I've talked about it a lot. I've dumbed it down of late into, because clients, the full Q can sometimes upset and confuse clients. So what I've done now is I've said, think about a low heart rate, medium heart rate, and high heart rate. Low heart rate's 65 to 75% of your max. Medium is 75 to 85% of your max, and high is 85 and above. Okay. If I want to burn 300 grams of fat, or let's say 300 calories, make it easy, even easier. Let's say that takes an hour and a half in a low zone of just sitting on a treadmill, or sitting on probably more like going on a walk, right? I can burn 300 calories that way. I could also do a 30-minute jog at a medium intensity, like 75 to 85% of my heart rate. that's also going to burn 300 roughly calories. Again, these are just out of nowhere numbers. And if I had the capacity to do a sprint or a really, really high intensity thing for maybe 10 minutes, I might also burn 300 calories or 5 to 10 minutes. So when people say, oh, I think I need to run to help lose weight, or people say, oh, I really wish I could just lift weights all the time, but I need to lose weight. It's like, well, my heart, like I can do all these things. I could go for a walk. I could do 30 minutes of hard lifting in the medium zone, or I could go for a sprint or do some, Tabatas, and all of them will lose weight. Like it's all cardio. It's just how you just don't understand the difference between stuff. So when someone comes to you and says, and like you said, you give them global advice. It's like, I hate running. Don't run then. Just don't do it. Like, because you won't do it. It's like, you will not, like if I say eat broccoli, cheese and salmon every day, but you hate salmon, you just won't commit. You'll do it for about a month and then you'll quit. So if I say run every day to lose weight, you will quit.
Yeah.
I have a specific question actually about lunges.
Oh yeah.
All my clients hate lunges.
Yeah, it's because they're hard.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I'm like, but it's good for you. It's like eating your broccoli.
Yeah. What specifically about lunges do they don't like, do you think?
Well, I think it's just, because it's hard. But I'm like, well, okay, it's one of those things where it's really good for them.
Just ditch it.
Stitch it, you reckon?
Yeah, because there's a million ways to do a lunge.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
Make them do sled. It's close. It's gait and lunge, really, if you're looking at combining stuff.
A sled's on. Oh.
Because it's micro lunges, right? Lots of little. I can do box step ups and think about the position of a box step up.
actually, yeah.
So if I step up on a box, they're just lunging. They're lunging up, not forward.
Yeah.
But they don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That was a specific question because I
I
was
can
like,
do a single leg press.
Yeah.
Similar, not the same thing. Like the balance is why I like lunges. That proprioception's quickly lost when not stimulated. However, why? There's 1,000 ways. Like just remove the word lunge. Say, hey man, here's what I need you to do. I'm going to get you to, you might get them to hold 2 kettlebells and go, I want you to take as big a step as you can. Every step you go as far as you possibly can step for this 30-meter thing. And then they do that, and that's not lunging, but it is. Yeah. It's functionally the same thing. It's using one leg, like there's knee joint and hip joint flexion. And as they step, we're creating space in the gait, in their step between step gait metric. And that's what lunging is. So when I break down the 9 movements, like lunging is feet separated, knee hinge in its most simple form, where squatting is feet together, knee hinge, right? So you can do that in any way you want. But yeah, most people will gravitate away from the hard stuff except for the psychos. They're like, oh, it's hard, I want to do that then.
I'm glad I don't have any psychos because
actually, when I was doing my Cert 4, I had a psycho, I guess. Like he's really nice, but
Nice psycho.
Yes, he was really nice, but he was absolutely a psycho. He was like wanted you to kill him basically, and I had to like make up a program for him on the spot, and
Kill me program.
basically yes, I was like, okay, I'll just we just did like triceps, chest, and shoulders, and I was like, all right, now do the bench for like 15 reps, and basically what was it, like pause thing or whatever. I'm glad I don't have any psychos because, geez, I basically just had to kill that dude. And he was afterwards. He was like, "Oh, that was great. That was really good." And it's like,
So you can
I can't imagine doing that
offset
every
them.
week.
Just give them someone else. I use the readiness against them a lot. So that readiness setup, the sleep, water, movement, stress, and nutrition.
Yeah.
I use that all the time. When I had a psycho named Liam, who actually watches these, the motherfucker. He got his leg crushed when he was a younger man, and like 18 by a lot of kilograms of steel. But he's a psychopath. Like he wants to train himself to death. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He just works and works and works. He loves it. He's like a pig in mud when you get him sweating. So the goal was like getting him over time to understand that the harder you train on days when you shouldn't, the less progress we're going to make.
Yeah.
And so it took him 12 months probably of, flogging him kindly. So how I ended up doing it is I would give him things on days that he was low on the readiness spectrum of really cognitively challenging things.
Okay.
So when you train kelpies, you can train, like if I run a kelpie 5 kilometers, eventually it's going to need 6. And then eventually it's going to need 7. And eventually it's going to need 8. And it's one of those things where if I train a psycho's he's just going to need more every single time if I do it sheerly from a physical point of view. And if he's already an animal, I'm training him into being more of an animal, which may be what he wants. But on days where his body in the readiness screening, it says that you must rest me or I'm going to break eventually. So I give him cognitively really challenging things to do, where it's like, for example, for him, it would be holding a ball over a foam roller, and he's got to lunge as far back as he can on his bad leg, but at no point can that ball touch the tube. And it's really hard because I give him a 10-kilo ball and his arms are completely straight. So he's trying to keep something stable as well as balance and also trying to work his foot. It's just like, he's working and he's feeling really mentally fatigued, but his body hasn't done much. All of that kind of stuff. Or I might get him to do some like hold a plank and I have 4 colored buttons and they're going off and he's trying to hit the colors at the same time. So although he could plank for 50 minutes if he wanted to, it's that cognition that's the thing that kills him. So when you get psychos, get them to mentally to fuck them mentally, basically.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's sort of what it's like with UFC fighters, I guess. They can spar all day, but put them in a cage in front of a crowd and they can't go 15 minutes.
Yeah, and with the UFC fighters, like they should be playing, like it's play fighting constantly. I could play fight all day, but when it comes to like the hard rounds, yeah, that like no one's fit. Like there are some people like the Russian guys who can fight really hard all day, but like, yeah, in our context, like most people with that train me hard attitude train themselves into the ground, and then that's why CrossFit fell apart a little bit, because you got a really awesome concept with not enough training around how to keep them not hurt. So if the idea of some of the CrossFit gyms is flog them, and they get these massive growths because they look great. That kind of higher intensity is usually good for stimulating muscle growth and losing weight, but it's hard. But the psychos love it. Yeah. But the problem is they do about 12 months, and you know how you mentioned with the younger guys, they seem invincible. Yeah. Well, they feel like they are until they've finally hit the straw that broke the back, where it was that one lift with the wrong form, with not enough sleep and poor water and no warm up, and that's the thing that cooks them. Yeah. And they spend a lifetime trying to catch up. Yeah. They can never, since they were the habits of going so hard reinforced by success, when they actually do hurt themselves, they try to work hard out of it. It's just like, it just doesn't work. Like, and that's our job as the coach, is to give them the context of the information. So that like Liam, the guy I talk about now, he's a fucking monster now because he knows when to rest as much as he knows when to go. And like there was a discrepancy in skill between him and another black belt who I won't name because he's a fucking cheeky dog and I don't want to encourage him. But there was a massive discrepancy in skill where Liam was a bigger man, but wasn't winning. But then Liam started actually taking the time to rest properly during his training. And he may not have noticed, but the club noticed that his strength gains increased dramatically. And then all of a sudden the skill starts being outweighed by the fact that Liam was a massive man comparatively. Yeah. And now I truly wouldn't be able to tell you which one fucks me up quicker. Like I think Liam fucks me up more. And definitely in a way that's like, I never really stood a chance. Like with the other gentleman, he's of a size where I feel like if it came down to a push to shove, I've got him. Yeah. But Liam never gave himself the time to heal and to grow and be bigger. And he's a big guy in general. But when he added his nutrition and slept well and did his recovery, all of a sudden he went from like 80 or 90 kilos of tubby to like 100 kilos of don't fuck with me. And it's like, Jesus, it's a big man. I like an abs bunging out of his shirt, 100-kilo black belt is a very hard thing to fuck with. So my point being, psychopaths are amazing to train when you can get them on board, but for some people will never
getting them on board to like being like. Weirdly enough, I've had a couple of my clients like that. Like they don't like doing hard stuff, but they don't like resting either. They don't like. It's like, hey, let's do a warm up. No, fuck that. It's like,
yeah. But you don't cook in a kitchen with the lights off.
Yeah, that's it. It's like that's why your shoulders.
Well, you tell them that it's like, do you preheat the oven before you cook in it? Yeah. Well, your shoulder's currently cold. Yeah. Or what you do is you give them like activities that they don't know are warm-ups. Sometimes my clients want to be blissfully ignorant. Like, I don't care what we're doing, I just want to make sure I'm sweating. So the whole session. So remember, in performing arts, I used to do a lot of music, performing, whatever else. And most people only remember your first 2 songs and your last 2 songs. So it's like if my warm-up and my first-ish exercise are getting them like, yeah, fuck yeah, zone. And then we do a bunch of recovery stuff they don't really understand. They've asked me to do prior. Like I do want my shoulder to be rehab, but I want you to flog me at the same time. I like warm them up, make them feel like they're gonna get flogged, do the stuff they actually want me to do, the longevity stuff they've asked me to do prior, and I end it on something that's like gun ho. Like how many grand standings can you do in 3 minutes? Or you do like, you bench press until you drop it kind of stuff, or whatever stuff that's like, it's not massively, like if I just get them to do as many sit-ups as they can in 3 minutes, like they'll gas themselves because they're hard workers, but that doesn't really impact the good work I just did on the shoulder because it's different joints. And they're like, oh, what a good session. But it's like, you only did about 15 to 10 minutes of hard labor. The other 50 was all like, make your shoulder good again. Yeah. Or you make it a competition to get the heart rate down. That's another good one. So if you're tracking them, you're like, hey man, your heart rate needs to be 60% in 60 seconds. Rest up quick, go. Yeah, they're trying to rest as quick. Like the competition becomes like anyone can get their heart rate up and have a heart attack. Fitness comes from can you get your heart rate up and back down again? And you tell them that like, oh, I'm fit, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like imagine trying to fit that into a half-an-hour session.
Don't shush you. But that said, like 30-minute sessions. So I don't ever waver on cost. I just waver on time. So if I have a uni student who wants my hour or my 2-hour session, but they just can't afford it, I never dumb it down. I just change the product. So it's like I give them less things. So I can give someone 30 minutes, but I say, hey, here's the hour program. I need you to warm up before you get here to see me. And I'm going to get you to cool down. Because sometimes that 1 5-minute conversation you have with them is like that little nugget they needed for the week. It's like, you can do a 10-minute session if you want. Like some of the big CEO guys in business will pay 50 grand for 30 minutes of someone's time. Yeah. It's like, well, you know, your time and my time, 30 minutes is the same. It's just the quality of what they're giving them. Yeah. So never discount 30 minutes. Just make it the best 30 minutes you can give them, right?
I guess it's just figuring out how to do that. Like, I don't think I'd be able to at the moment, but maybe eventually.
Yeah, you can eventually.
Yeah.
You just do circuits.
Yeah, I've had, I've had like one client who was doing half-an-hour sessions a week, and it was just like, it began and then it was just over, and I was like,
yeah.
And especially if we're chatty, because I'm very chatty with a lot of my clients as well.
But you'll have a style, right? Like some people who like to chat will like that style. But some guys are like, I just want to come in here, do my push-ups and get the fuck out. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't had a single client who was like not wanting to really chat. I guess like I had one who was maybe not the most, he didn't want to talk about himself.
Sure.
So eventually I just started talking about myself and just bringing up stuff, and then he was like all really chatty and all that. So
yeah, I think when you deal with athletes don't really want to fuck around. Like the kettlebell team that I had done some work with, and more importantly, my boss used to do a lot of work with. Some of those guys would come in and they're just like, I'm here to do my hour, and I'm getting the fuck out of here because I've got shit to do. Yeah. Okay, so they're chatting, but you can tell that like, come on, get me to this next thing, get me in, get me out. Yeah, just depends.
That'd be interesting if I get one of them.
Well, some of your sessions as you progress, you'll start doing like hiss-only sessions or hit-only sessions that are really high intensity, and by definition, at least in my context, is if you can talk, you're not at a hit or hiss session space. You're at 85 heart rate or above. So those sessions, there's going to be no chatting. You'll probably chat to them, but they're not going to be listening. Fuck, they're too busy breathing as you're monologuing to them about whatever it is I want to talk to them about. But that's yeah, good.
Yeah, maybe that'll be more of the box fit thing. I don't know, because I'm trying to separate that into, right, let's have our warm up, and then I want to dedicate at least like 10 minutes to like let's actually learn how to throw a punch, like
Well, it always a thing you should consider is, what does the client actually want? So, like in my case, not all clients want functional longevity. Some clients want to be flogged. So at the end of the day, you need to sell them the product they asked for, whether you think it's what they want or not, or they need or not. So if a client's like, hey, this isn't a boxing class for me, I want to sweat. Like, I don't really care how I punch, I just want to hit the thing and sweat. Yeah, okay, you need to give them that service. Because you might want to run a boxing thing, like I want to teach you form, we'll do some pad work, and then we're going to hop in the ring and we're going to do some ring work, we're going to do some sparring. It's like the client said, no, I want to do some squats, some burpees, and then punch the bag minute on, minute off for 10 rounds. That's what I want to do.
It's like,
It's like,
yeah, the same time, it's like, just go outside and do it.
You could, but like I'm paying you to do that, so I'm paying for you to yell at me, so I come. So I'm actually here. That's a horrible sentence, but you know what I mean. I'm paying you to yell at me, so I come. But I had a client come in the other day, and he's like, I won't do this unless you text me at the end of every week to check on me. I just won't do it. But if I know you're watching, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Historically, I'm like, okay. So at the end of every week, I text him and say, send me the thing.
Yeah.
I said, you best believe it better be in different colored pens and different writing styles. Otherwise, I know you've done it all in one go. He goes, okay. And he's been great because he does exactly as he's meant to. Right? Without someone watching you, you sometimes just don't do it.
It's like half that job, isn't it?
A lot of it's babysitting, yeah.
Yeah. It's just so like just being that person that you see what they're going through, like when it, like every movement that they do, every exercise that they do, and all the effort they're putting in, it's like you can be like, yeah, I see you.
Yeah. A lot of clients who see PTs were gonna do it anyway. They were always gonna be successful, but the PT just keeps them more accountable and speeds up the process. So a lot of the guys I bumped into were always gonna be successful. They were always gonna lose the weight, and they just, by seeing you, they've just halved the time.
Yeah, basically.
So sweet. Like they don't need you, but they need you. And at the end of that transaction, that 6 months or whatever it is, you shake their hand and off they go, and they're good to go. They never really needed you. They just needed the community to succeed. Yeah. And that's why our job, we're literally teaching people to make us redundant.
Yeah.
It's why the gyms have that huge turnover method, and a lot of their marketing is to new people, because most people won't stay because they hit their goals and leave.
It really is the new people.
Well, of course it is, because I will not spend more than 12 months with a one-on-one on a client. Because any more than 12 months means they're either above scope, or they have needs that, like, they should no longer need me to that level after 12 months. I've never done more than 12 months, nor have it been recommended to do more than 12 months with people. That's a lot of hand-holding. Like, I'm talking about like 1 or 2 sessions a week for 12 months. At that point, you've got to relate. There's something else going on.
Oh, well, I guess if they have like a certain goal in mind, but if it just becomes part of their routine and they just...
Could be. And look, that's all well and good. And then that becomes babysitting. Yeah. Like there was one gentleman who trained not with myself, but with one of the bosses. And he would come 4 days a week, and he had a substantially large sum of money in his account, and he would do 20 minutes of the work and then do a 40-minute coffee session. And that's what he wanted to do. And where he spends his money is his business. But when he got, after 12 months, a conversation was had with him of like, are you actually here to do the work, or are you here to have coffee with a hot chick with nice tits? It's like, hot chick and nice tits. It's like, well, let's see when we change the conversation, still hang out with this hot chick and nice tits, but let's actually see if we can get you this thing, because you've spent thousands of dollars with us. Like you pay up front. And you pay for like $150 an hour sessions, and you're only doing 20 minutes of that session. Your money is your money. But what are we doing here? Like, because she's cheaper just to take out for dinner every now and again. Like, you're spending $400 or $500. You know what I mean? But like, she was like, it was a mutually agreed, very fun thing they did together. It was fun. Sure, go for it. But like,
it does get to a point where it's like,
well, yeah, now we're at a point, it's like something else is happening here. It's not like after 12 months, and if we, particularly in the gym we were at, we were a big education gym. Like, we're trying to get you to know what to do. It's like at the 12 months point, we're like, come on, man. Like, and guess what? After that conversation was had, he lost the rest of the weight by himself and looks great now. He's killing it. But that coach also happened to leave. She got moved to Sydney or something like that. And he then went with a male trainer for I think 3 more months, and very quickly this like sessions dropped off, and very quickly he actually just did the stuff he already knew what to do with. So yeah,
It sounded like that was probably what he wanted to do when he first came in, and then he just got sidetracked.
Probably, but like just be mindful that 12 months, like after 12 months of hand holding, we can't keep people. Usually, they go into the group class. We have the next thing for them. Like, we have steps. It's like university, you're never done. Like, next is the masters, then the PhD, and then you do this and you do that and whatever. It's a business model.
yeah, that's it. I wonder if that's the same for like, I don't know.
I don't know how I see, like, with my clients, I see all of them, the ones that I currently have, I see all of them like going beyond a year. But that's just because like
those
they're all
clients
really
will
good.
become your black belts, and they will be these pillars in your group class, where like they help everyone else.
Yeah, they're basically just really good people, and then they all have different goals. And
Sure. But you'd like to hope that in 12 months you'll get them to hit their goal.
well, one of them's like a power lifter, right?
Sure.
Which and it's like, how long would you usually train with like a power lifter to sort of, because he already like more or less knows what we've done that block, and then right now we're just like, all right, let's do it again, and let's do it again.
Just repeat it.
Yeah,
And you should either change the movements or whatever, right?
Yeah, and just figure out. It's sort of just he's just getting a second opinion on certain things.
Sure. Does he want to compete?
Eventually, yes,
Because
but
he needs to now learn the other stuff like judge queuing, and he needs to figure out. There's a lot of different stuff now, which he might need to go. You might need to refer him on.
do I need to? I would need to get qualifications to even be like a powerlifting coach.
You
or
would
whatever.
need to do it yourself. Is the best way to do it.
Yeah,
Because it is one thing to read about when the judge stands there and he goes out, you stand out there, you go, he goes, so lift. The judge stands with his hands up, depending. The ones I've been to are the ones with the disability clients, and they stand there with a hand up, they come out, they set, and he goes set, and he goes go, and then you lift, and if it doesn't lift, you're out. And there's something about that setup with people cheering, and it's completely different than what the book will tell you. Versus feeling, I mean, right? So yeah, I always think like I'd get the client as far as you possibly can under what you truly believe you can do. And then you go, anything like, I just don't think I can help you any further. The best thing you can do is pop them onto the next coach, because then they might just want to stay with you, right? But you might need to send it to a pro powerlifting coach. And then that pro powerlifting coach just sends people to you and vice versa. And, yeah.
Oh, I wonder if that's going to happen in like any of the box fit classes. If anyone actually,
It's not worth worrying about just yet.
yeah.
Got to run them first.
Well, yeah, that's it. But I know there's going to be that one person who's like really into boxing, and then like
you
they
can
eventually want to
facilitate
fight,
that,
and
can't
then I already have someone lined up that I'm just going to pass them.
But you're not teaching boxing, you're teaching box fit if it's Anytime Fitness. Very different thing.
It's going to be a mixture.
Yeah, sure.
Like we're not going to have sparring or anything like that.
Pussy. I mean,
Well.
I'm in for sparring. I made my guys do sparring when I
How
did
about knee touch sparring? That's a good one. So
Yeah, but it teaches them bad habits. Because I'd never punch you at the knee.
it's more
never got
more
my
about the
guard
footwork. It's more about distance management and footwork.
But then my guard's gone.
It's not.
But I'm not also never punching you below the waist in boxing. So that's
Well,
way
okay,
too
we could do
low.
shoulder taps then.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, you're not going to block a shoulder. It's just a fun little game.
I mean, if the more I love gamify stuff is always the best way to do stuff. Gamify's fun.
Like it's not going to be the thing where it's like, all right, let's do our weekly knee punching, like
Man, you'd be surprised. Let the clients guide the class. You'll walk up and there'll be 7 old women who are like, box fit! like I had a really awesome functional program. The other one I sent you, that functional training, 1-year training program. I was going to do that with this group of the first 12 months with this group that I'm running, but the demographics just a little bit too old. There's a little bit too high a risk. So the ground is, I've just removed a lot of the, like some of the more ballistic stuff later on and added more ground to standing. So I took away some of the, just some of the stuff and added in a little bit more like, what does this group actually need? Which is why it's a template, which will be really hard to relay in the content in the book. People are like, we'll take stuff as gospel. If you read the content, I say, this is a fucking template. Yeah, fuck no. God's no. I'd say Arnold's probably written one already. Because PT and bodybuilding get crossed over all the time.
They do, yeah. That was something I noticed with like a lot of people doing like set 3 and set 4. It's like, oh, they're all bodybuilders.
Yeah, not many. It's just not popular. There's not enough money in it.
Yeah, well, no. Bodybuilders just
Yeah, well, why would I? Yeah, why are you better than Arnold, who's written books about it and has podcasts about it? You're not.
running and all that. Yeah, it's like just go to Worlds, go up to any random jack dude and just ask him for
Some advice.
Yeah, and it's like,
Man, it's hell, ChatGPT. And like, I'm not an advocate for using it for programming, but in that context, like bodybuilding's so well studied that it's quite simple. It's 6 or 12 reps, thinking about squeezing, thinking about about 40 to 70 seconds worth of contraction of a time and attention. You're looking at somewhere in the realm of 20 sets per week per muscle group. You're making sure that you're doing at least 10 active stretches on each muscle group a week. Like that kind of stuff is known, or at least known, right?
Yes.
So like chat's going to get so good that it can give you the basics. But the problem is like the human touch is the thing that people pay for. Where it's like most bodybuilders with no money will use chat because it's the closest thing. But when it comes to rehab and when it comes to not knowing form, and you don't like, you need another human to show you these things. So this kind of industry doesn't die from that.
Yeah, no, that's something that's funny. Like some people have said, like, oh, ChatGPT and AI is going to kill PT. It's like, no, it's not.
Well, I can
way.
chat GPT how to fix a car, but I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck no. You know what I mean? And I remember I tell people all the time, I was like, every single piece of information that you need to know to get your body back to fit is online already, but you're talking to me. Because I've spent the hours and the money to get all the information as much as is relevant and put it into my brain so you don't have to. So you can go and do the amount of work and pay the amount of money I have, or you can just pay me to do it for you. What would you like to do? The reality is ChatGPT makes people lazier, not smarter. There's two demographics. There's people who are using it to make life easier and get it to do their work for them. There are people who are using it to add on to their knowledge. And there's this big divide between particularly students I talk to, where people who use it to write the essay and people who use it to help them write their essay. And the guys who are helping write their essay are just leagues above everyone else. And and it's the same in like, I can use ChatGPT to write a program, but without context, what's it matter? I just have no idea what it's doing. It's hard to justify. It's just different. And maybe at some point it is the best thing in the world ever, but at that point we have other problems.
But that's the whole thing. But I don't know. From what I can tell at the moment, if you don't know, like if you're asking about a certain subject and you don't know everything about it, it's
that's great.
It's not that great unless you already know a decent amount about it and you just need it to fill in some gaps.
Yeah.
Then it's like, it's perfect. But
I think my girl and I sat down and had a play with it. And the thing that we were really impressed with is that she asked nursing questions, I asked PT and exercise phys questions. And since we had the ability to ask the specific question, it could come back with a specific answer. But it was because we could ask the specific thing about the left atrium that it could give you the exact example. But if I just said, tell me about the heart, it goes, heart. I go, no, tell me about the functions of the left atrium and tell me about the different valves in between. And then it can only give you it currently off the amount you yourself know. So if I'm sitting there and doing a program and I'm sitting with someone else and I say to it, talk to me about three-dimensional movement training that's related to the knee. Consider please give me an example of squat, lunge, and hinge movements. Please give me an example of stuff that's loaded and also give me an example of something that would take between 60 and 70 seconds or 40 and 70 seconds. That's a lot more information I can give it for it to give me a specific thing.
That's where it's like, it'll just chuck out answers at you then that fit that criteria.
Yeah, but it's because I have the base that I can ask the question. Versus like, if I say, give me exercises that make my legs stronger, I'm asking you to give me transverse movements that make my knee strength or my ligament stronger, or tell me about, Osgood-Schlatter's disease. But like, if I don't know what Osgood-Schlatter's disease or the relevancy of it, it has no context. It won't mention it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, it doesn't know what the tuberosities are unless you ask it what a tuberosity is. So yeah, it's interesting, right? So that's why I'm not worried about chat. In fact, I think it's gonna weed out a lot of the bad PTs, if I'm honest. And tell you what, on the other side of the coin, if it makes a bunch of awesome programs and makes a bunch of PTs more money and helps a bunch of people out, I'm all for it. Like my whole gimmick is that I want many PTs making as much money and helping as many people as I can. That's my whole thing. I love it.
As long as people are being helped by it, you know what I mean? Like,
Man,
yeah.
well,
There's already heaps of people making heaps of money.
Oh, dude, we are like this. Really, we should figure out a way to use it to help our industry. Because it's like just we're basically like pre-internet back in the day. It's like it's about to explode. It's evident that it is. How did people make billions off it? Because they did then. Yeah. So we're just foolish enough to not figure out how to make billions off it now. Really, like there's going to be a huge wave. So how do we make money off it in the PT space? That's the real question. And it's going online. Yeah, who knows? It could be anything. It could be anything. Use it to do your banking. Use it to do your legality. I don't know. It's hard to say. Will you go online, do you think? Like full?
I think that's sort of the step that everyone takes, right? Eventually.
It's that or open a gym, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But opening a gym just seems to not be very financially like.
Can't compete with worlds.
No.
People don't know you exist. And then if you're a functional trainer and you try to open up a gym, now you're competing with physios, which you don't know. No one, you're just another dot on the map. But if you go to online, you're just another online coach because there's saturation there as well. Yeah, what we need, if you were looking at absence of jobs in our industry, we don't have a huge amount of highly qualified PTs for youth or highly qualified PTs for old populace. Like if you had a surplus of in-person ones, because firstly, parents will never trust, or at least in our current space, won't trust online elements to fix their kids up. And then nor will the older populace know technology enough to use it. So there's big holes in the market there and there. So if you're like, I'm going to become a youth coach specifically for this specific thing, there's money there, right? In person or not. And the same true with older populace who don't trust the tech, right? And at least currently that might change in the next couple of years. But currently I see a massive market there. And they're both the most higher paying spectrums.
Within like 10 years, I'd say there'd be like an opening there. Like it'd be possible. I guess like trying to figure out how to tap into that would be the...
Yeah, well, like most 50-year-olds I know don't love tech. Those who do have always loved it. And then by the time like we're 50, they're in their 80s, 90s. So we're not going to see them die off before we're in an age bracket where we're old as well. Right?
And it's like when we're in our 50s, then...
Yeah, they're in their 80s, 90s.
Then the kids, like kids' parents will be more like, oh yeah, online training, I know what that is.
Yeah, but
I'll do that.
We'll probably hopefully miss the boat. Well, who knows? But yeah, like I'm a big advocate. I tell a lot of people, it's like, if you put a bit of focus in older populace and youth at the minute, you can do very well. Very, very well.
Yeah, I have one 60-year-old client, and that one's going to be an interesting one because I haven't written any programs for it yet.
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah, but that's what I'll start doing and start to learn a little bit about her and knees being, I don't know. I write notes in all my clients constantly, so.
As you should.
Yeah, like my phone, that's just notes on clients and programs, a little bit of programs, just in the past month.
Yeah,
so like it goes.
Should find, get some sort of system that makes it so it's easier. Yeah.
Separate it.
Or if you can do an hour session, have an hour and 15 put aside so you can go to the bathroom and write notes in their dossiers.
I just do it like during the as soon as they tell me, I'm just like, hold on, let me write that down.
I got schooled by a physio once when I was, and it wasn't directed at me, but he was talking about, it's like, if you are not taking notes for your clients every single session, you are not doing this job properly. Because when it comes to, if you get audited or sued, and at the end of every session you have this is how they went, this is what they did, they felt really good, there was no injuries. And then they have no legal standing. Like, he hurt me on the 15th of the 8th. And you're like, no, it says here that you had a great time. It's like, oh, yeah. Also, like, it's just good business. Like, I don't like, it's like I said to you, that the woman told me about not keeping track of stuff and try to keep it light so she doesn't have to do as much work. It's just like such a poor showing of effort.
It's just, you're not doing your job at that point, right? Like,
yeah, you just like, you are half-assing it, and in that one sentence you didn't intend it to be, but that one sentence has shown me your attitude towards this career. Yeah. It's just like, and you have been in it for 20 years. So it just shows me how little you must care about stuff. I can only imagine doing a PT with her, with how much they cost. I'm like, but you must not, like the amount of shits you actually give. Yeah. Ridiculous. That's why I've got a lot of faith in like the yous and the me's and the other people I talk to who are doing the similar educational stuff. It's like there's some people out there who really care. They care a lot. It's like, they're going to kill it. They're going to kill it. As long as they market it so the world knows that they're killing it. Yeah. You'll be fine. And in 6 months of work, we'll come back and we'll sit here again and you'll be like, fuck. And we'll see what happens.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. I'm very curious, like, because if we do it again in 6 months, we'll see how much you've changed. Because you might go back and watch the last one and then we'll watch this because I have to rewatch it like 3 times anyway. But watch it, and then another 6 months. You've kind of documented a year and a half of your life.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, look at this. Look at
Pretty cool.
this. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I was making a gift for a family member and I needed lots of photos and I was trying to find photos of them and it was challenging. And I went through my documents where I have so much content. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, flicked it all over to this software I'm using and it just did the thing for what took me 2 hours for them, took me 30 seconds for me because it just had all the angles, talking about that animation thing.
Yeah.
I sent them my videos and my photos and it animated it straight away because it had so much content.
Yeah.
It's like, it's nice looking back on some of these things. Yeah. Like haircuts and beards and what I was thinking at this time and that video did this and what's trending, what's not trending. Yeah, super cool.
It's weird, isn't it? But it's
And
also
you're going to
like,
be doing this stuff soon enough.
maybe
You're marketing, right? There'll be marketing for you.
marketing. Yeah. Damn, I don't know. I haven't even thought of it yet. I'm just trying to
No,
get.
not yet. You're 12 months off, like group classes, big group classes, right? If you're doing the year system, you're treating it like an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
By the end of next year, you'll be
mean-
pretty happy with your income, and then you want to start looking at making it substantial, like over about 100K a year I'd be happy with for most PTs in the second year, third year. I think any less than that, and we've done something wrong, because then you're going to get taxed off that, right?
Yeah.
That's quite reasonable. A PT on 100K is more than an exercise phys. Even 80K for a PT is quite good.
I think my immediate goal for personal reasons is 70. I think I want to get over 70 eventually.
You can do F70 quite quickly.
Yeah, I just want to get over that because that's what I did at my last job, and that was with like insane amounts of overtime. That was the apprenticeship I was doing, and fucking.
I always think for brand new beginners, like fresh off the block, 30 to 50, and then medium is 50 to 80, and advanced is 100 plus. And like I said to you, one of the advanced PTs that I've talked to you about's on like 200 plus because they're online and they did all the things and they trust it and they were good. Yeah. Like he's not just a PT, he's a good PT who happens to have been in the industry for 20 years. He's funnily enough in the same position this woman who asked me to cover the classes are, except gave a shit during the way. So she might be on 120 based off her client numbers before tax, and he's definitely over 200 because instead of just she bought a new car, he put a house deposit down. So along his way, he's also accrued real estate. But he just he's very frugal with money. I don't think you can do that now because of the real estate market, at least in 2025. But he's done very well. I'm very happy.
Maybe we'll look back at this in a year and be like, oh, you just had it good back then. But
man, I love meeting PTs who are doing that because like it's my goals. Like I want to be doing $1 million a year. $1 million a year of personal take home. Yeah. That's my goal. And I want to do it through helping people. Yeah. Like I want to do it so that everyone's making money. If it's so $1 million businesses aren't that crazy to do, but $1 million take home is. And it will if it takes me 20 years. The best advice I ever got given is if you ever want to get deep dive into really cool stuff to get you going, Alex Hormozi, and a lot of my stuff that I do is based off his templates. It's not as in the PT stuff, but the business stuff. Yeah. He's like, if you just never give up, it's like you don't quit. Yeah. You will succeed. Yeah. You just like no one can cancel you. No one can stop you. It's like if you just did it for 20 years, eventually you'll get a hit.
Yeah, well, yeah. Eventually you'll learn enough to where like
something's going to happen. Yeah. And he said, and a good example is like most like of the 1% of podcasts have more than 20 episodes. 1% of podcasts hold the 90% of the monopoly. So the stat is if you can get above 20 and then continue on, you start moving into the highest, because most people quit well before 20 podcasts. For those who don't, who would have thought? I don't know. I'm on like 50. The reels has been a problem, but the actual physical long form videos were close to 50. Yeah. And my goal is when I hit 101, I'm going to message Mr. Beast because he posted a comment ages ago in an interview. It's like, if you ever get 101 videos on YouTube, message me and I'll tell you all the things you're doing wrong. And that's his promise to content creators. And I'm going to see if he honors it or not. Yeah, because I'm a big fan, not necessarily wanting to mimic his content because that's not my interest, but the fact that his work ethic and what he does for the world is really cool. Like, I hate that he gets so much flack for all the good stuff he does, but he blows up a Lamborghini and everyone loves it. It's a shame that the amount of good he's doing, and this channel will suffer the same kind of content where it's like, since it's trying to be a selfless, try to help people, no one was going to care, but nor should they. Like, it's not entertaining in the same way. Like, it's not like oh my God, can I shoot, this apple with a fucking AK-47. It's like, no, I want to help you build a business and educate yourself better. It's like, yeah, school.
Help
school,
myself.
fuck you. I don't want to listen to 20 minutes of school. But the reels have been so funny because, like, obviously I might release like 10 a day because I get these long forms and then I just condense them into all the little snippets.
Yeah.
But from this one long form, you might get like 500 reels or maybe 40, at least 100 reels. And if you release one of them a day, right? But then if you have 50 long form videos like I do, and you get 50, even let's be generous, say 30 reels per video, well, all of a sudden we're now at thousands of reels. And so I'm just, I can't release them one at a time. I have to release them all at once. So some of the guys have been saying, like, I've turned on my Facebook and it's just you. Like, so much of you. And some of it doesn't even make sense, but it's just to drag them towards the videos. Yeah. Next year, I'm going to make less quantity, more quality of the reels is the plan. But it's hard to beat when it's just like, you might get one real good zinger of every 5 things. But since I'm making 5,000 reels, there's a lot of zingers versus one really good zinger once a week instead of once a day.
I think what I've sort of found from YouTube though is that, like, you can focus on quality a lot, but then, like, what happens when, like, you do a couple like really good quality ones and then, like, they all just bomb and it's like,
well, it
kills you, man.
There's 2 methods, at least what Alex Hormozi talks about. Like, the 2 biggest channels in the world have 2 completely different methods of how they do reels. One of them releases, I think he said, in the realms of 5,000 pieces of content a day. And it's an Indian channel. And the other one releases like 1 piece of content a month. Like think about Mr. Beast's reels, right? He does 1 a week or something like that. One of them is incredibly high quality and the other one's incredibly high quantity, and they both work. So it's about, at the beginning of a channel, I thought it'd probably better to have a lot of content that someone can look to in the first year and then start hyper focusing on what's trending and what's not, and what people actually want to see. But then at least they can deep dive down those rabbit holes instead of being like 1 awesome video, no other posts. You're like, at least in the real sense, I think the long forms are very focused. Yeah. These are things you might have to worry about down the track. Maybe it depends how much you make just as in person.
Yeah, I haven't even thought about any of that stuff yet.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
I just got bored of in person.
Yeah.
And I found I ended up helping PTs more than I ended up doing PTs. You know what I mean? So fuck it. I might as well make it. If I can die and I've helped like 1 person out, like 1 or 2 other people, like if I help you, right? Here's my thought. When I make a video, I'm like, will this help Joshie's business? I go, yes. And if I help Joshie's business, by proxy, 10 people get a better service. So my reach goes from my 50 clients are doing really, really well, and now 60 people are doing really well because I helped Joshie. So if I help 4 more Joshies, or 5 Joshies in total, now I haven't doubled my business, but I've helped twice the amount of people. Yeah. And I can't do that in face-to-face. I have to go online to do that. So that's my idea, is increase the reach to be able to help more actual clients by doing less PTs, but by actually fixing the soil that is PTs. Yeah. If we fix the PTs, we fix the clients, right? That's at least my thought. Yeah, might not work. We'll see.
No, I mean, it's already got physios being like, oh.
Yeah, that's really good for you, man. Like, I'm really happy to hear that.
I think that's because of, I'm like, oh.
The content? Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. And just being able to message you and just.
Yeah, that's super helpful. Yeah, for sure. I've got to find a way to find a platform that's so that other PTs can leave me like questions and I can answer them. And just while I can, because it's before long, I won't have the time to be able to answer individual, like not everyone's questions. I can answer your questions because you got my number, as you should, right? But it's like, I had a couple guys on YouTube like, hey, DM me costs of this. And before you know it, there's like 6 guys. I'm like, I can't fucking do all of this. Half of them are in America and half of them are in, wherever else. All right, bud, we'll wrap it up, eh? Pretty good. Any final thoughts?
No, just looking forward to the future. Let's see what happens.
You're so excited. I love it. I love that you're having a great time. As you should. Best fucking career in the business, mate.
Yeah, definitely feels like a long-term thing, whereas my other previous jobs haven't. It's like I even kept my old like business cards and all that from, because like even though they're useless now, I'm like, oh, I just want to keep them just to see where I start. Yeah, that's where I started.
After this next 12 months of you trying to make as much money as you can, you should start looking at which courses are going to improve your business the quickest. Where it's like after 12 months, you'll have a good idea where your shortcomings are. You'll go, I need to do more marketing, or I need to do more rehab, or I need to do more nutrition, or I need to do whatever. But this next 12 months will be just try to get as many clients as you can, so you can figure out which problems you like dealing with and which ones you don't. And you'll have a really good insight on how big box gyms work too. Like I historically stay away from them, so you'll have some insights that I can't share as much.
Yeah.
Well, already like the whole that whole attitude towards the clients, I'm already like, oh.
Yeah, I struggled with I struggled a lot with them. I really did like though that you have access to some really good marketers and sellers, because there's a lot of people in the same room. So you can say, like, if I got someone bails and I have an hour to kill before the next client, I can go talk to the people in sales and go talk to people in marketing. And they can give me an hour's worth of value really quickly.
Yeah.
I just think that they've really inflated that cost a bit too much of late, particularly for beginners. You'd be right. Yours is actually quite cheap, 280, 250. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be not cheap, but like not crazy. Just start with, and then once you get people in,
fill your books.
Yeah,
You
that's
just
it.
fill your books, and then you up the price to make more spots.
Yep.
You keep half the clients, lose half.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter because the price has been upped, so they're still paying for your income. And then you fill those slots with new, better clients who have better needs. And then you rinse and repeat, and until you feel like you don't want to anymore. Like the guy who's making a ton of money online, one of his friends, they did in-person training together for 10 years. And they had a running gag where it's like, how high can I get the prices? Like that was the competition. And they got to about 170 an hour before they started going like, oh, I think it's a little unethical right now. To be fair, they were giving them $170 worth of quality. They're giving them nutrition, they were giving them programming, they're giving them an hour PT, and their gym memberships included, right?
Yeah.
And they would only deal with high-end men and women who have the facility and payment. And a part of that payment is like you're in the club. Like, oh, I'm the $170 club. Like, it's one of those things where they like it. Like, I don't want to go to a $50 gym because I'm worth fucking 400 grand a year. So that's beneath me. So you kind of get those clients who want to pay more because it's a part of the. It's like the big fancy watches. It's still a watch, but I'm in the $20,000 watch club and you're not. I don't want to be with you. You're not. We're not the same animal. So they accrued a lot of those kind of clients, and they're like, it's crazy how many people at that level, how accommodating they are. It's like none of those guys will ever sniff at cost increases, and they'll never sniff at times. He's like, I will never work. He said he'll never work mornings. His guy. He's like, they're like, okay. Because they have more time, because they have more money, because they're better set up. So I will only ever work between 12 and 6 in the afternoon. Okay. I'll be in at 12. So because they don't give as much of a fuck. Like, it's funny, like lowering your prices actually fucks you more because you're dealing with people who can afford it. So it's like when you go to a private pool or you go to a public pool, like public pool's full of dregs, like real low socioeconomic guys who like shit on the floor and don't care about the facility. But if you go to a private pool that's $150 entry, it's immaculate because they can pay for better cleaners, pay for better facilities, and you are self-invested in the pool because it's $150. Same in PTs.
Sounds like you just get people with that fuck you money.
Fuck you money has like, I'm so happy that people have it because they've earned it in their lives. And even if they haven't, it doesn't matter. It's good. Like, it's a good thing. There should be both ends of the spectrum. But like when you're a PT, you need to think about who you want to work with long term. But people with fuck you money have significantly less time constraints and money constraints, which is who you want to work with. And if you can get that, dude, like you're not going to get there anytime fitness, but you will get the skill set. That's why those small private gyms can make so much money because they only need 10 whales instead of 100,000 tuna. You know what I mean? Or you can even a cool business model would be going to rich people's houses to do private PT sessions with them. It's like Chris Hemsworth's trainer. He's actually an exercise scientist, I think he is a physiologist as well. But he himself has done some hilariously difficult challenges. But he like gets flown to Chris's house, does the training, writes the programs, does the nutrition, gets paid more money than we'll probably ever see in our lives, and like lives there for an X amount of time, and then gets flown to the next person's house.
I guess that's like that's one of the in-person goals, isn't it? It's like you keep shrinking and keep
be coach fucking Chris Hemsworth.
Well, yeah, you keep shrinking your clients and then upping the quality, and eventually you just end up with one.
Yeah, one client for life, right? Yeah.
And they're just super rich, and you just
Well, you can just be that hot chick with big tits and just have that guy look after you for 5 days a week.
That's just sugar daddy, isn't it?
Well, you're still providing a service. I guess sugar daddy could be a service too. You're giving them sex. Yeah, that's food for thought. I'm sure there's something to unpack there.
Well, there's a line between that and PT. We'll
Oh God, isn't the line fine? I often wonder if all PT should mandatorily get a psychology certificates, because it's basically oh my God, it is. Sometimes people will disclose stuff with you because we're not allowed to comment outside of space, right? They'll disclose things with you that are like, holy shit, man, you need to go to a doctor. But no, I chat to you and that's enough. You're like, oh. There's a lot of pressure for a lot of people. And there's always that real incestuous nature of PT where like a lot of clients try to fuck their PTs because honestly, that's a fantasy a lot of people have. Like I'm banging my PT. And like that is a really awkward thing. Like I know a lot of dudes and a lot of women particularly who had sexual relations with clients. It's fucking gross.
I've never even come close to it.
Well, you've got a soon-to-be wife and kid.
Yeah.
So it's not on the cards for you. But a lot of coaches are fucking their dudes, which is crazy. Or at least it doesn't even have to be a lot. And I can't say a lot because I don't know many of them who have disclosed it. Like the guys who have disclosed it to me, and the girls who have disclosed it to me, like they're 1 in 1,000. Yeah. But you only need I can't say it because I won't be able to post it. But say something like you only need one bad apple to spoil, right? Yeah. Or the analogy is like you only need one bad priest to ruin Christianity. Yeah. Although it could be potentially an awesome religion for a lot of people. You only need one kid fiddler and it ruins the whole thing. Yeah. Same in PTs. You only need one PT going around fucking people to ruin their whole profession. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that. Hopefully won't have to deal with that. I don't know.
You will,
like I've heard
eventually.
I've heard stories. Someone quoted, like another PT quoted Ronnie Coleman and was like, yeah, lightweight baby. And the whole baby thing, they didn't understand the reference. So they thought they were calling him baby and they thought they were flirting with him and it became a whole thing.
Oh, like a HR issue? Like a HR issue?
No.
Or like
Yeah. She was like, oh, you called me baby. Like, and he had to be like, oh, no, I was quoting Ronnie.
Okay.
Like he had to be like, back off. Like,
there's a really funny one and it happened to me, so I'm allowed to talk about it. But let's just say it wasn't me, just in case. Right. But I had a client who was pretty heavily disabled. And she would deliberately wear G-strings and flowy dresses and use the leg press. She would always elect to do things that would put her on her back to expose the fact she's wearing a G-string. She was like a very heavy disabled woman, and she had very little like male connection at all. Like she didn't have any male brothers, sisters. Her father wasn't in the picture. She was always she's not allowed to work with men because she's quite predatory. And she was given to me because at request, and we weren't aware of the situation. But it took us about 3 months before we'd like line in the sand. Enough's enough. Yeah. It was really uncomfortable. And this was like when I first started. I was like, I will take any client I can take. Because I need to do this, get as many clients as I can. It was so bad. And she didn't really want to train. She had some really interesting like deformities that made training very, very interesting now. At the time, it was really challenging. But 100%. And she didn't shave. So she was like a bush she was incredibly, incredibly grotesquely hairy. Very up. But we would have talks to her carer, and it was an ongoing issue where she would like come in not to when the males were in the building. It was like now very funny. At the time it was just gross. She was so disabled that it's like a kid coming out with it's like when your daughter soils her pants. Like it's a baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like when my nephew shits himself, it's like, okay, like you're not looking, you're cleaning up shit. It's like there's a heavily disabled woman. It's like it's not. It was not traumatizing, and nor was it anything. It was just is.
Yeah.
Just gross. Super gross. So you get tons of like barbecues are always great because I've always got a story of some ridiculous. Like I had a guy shoulder injury, and we're trying to fix him, knee injuries, trying to fix him, and he just would not listen. He was like, he kept playing rugby, and he was in his 50s, and I was like, hey man, go to coaching, like don't play Div 1s, like go to Div 3s, let's just do anything. And like we just finally came to heads. It was like, hey man, I cannot keep helping you because what's happening is what you're doing is not it's you keep fucking yourself and coming to me and getting me to try to fix it. Then you fuck yourself again. And he's like, oh, whatever. And the next day he pops both his knees out at rugby. I was like, motherfucker. Like, motherfucker. Like, yeah.
You just leave him to deal with that?
Well, I was just like, there's only so many times you can tell him. It's like, come on, guy. Please don't do this.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'm begging you. Or I want to do a marathon in 6 weeks. Like, please don't do that. Please give it at least 12 months. Please, 6 months.
No, go on.
And they fuck themselves after you tell them, like, okay. Or I had someone whose husband was 100% in a gang, like a high level gang member, because she would roll up in the newest, nicest cars every time she comes in, and nice hair, covered in tats, long nails, little like Gucci bags, and like always paid cash, always paid ahead of time. Never would just talk about anything other than the workout and what she was doing, and she was like some other stuff she was doing at the time, and like everyone was on edge, which is like because he came in once or twice and just like. Hey buddy, I've had a couple of cons like from that gang. We had a couple of people come in and train with us. They were great guys, lovely guys, but 100% put some people on the ground. Like would never tell you, but 100%. Like it would give you little nuggets of like one of the guys told me, "Did you know it hurts more to be pistol whipped than stabbed?" I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." I was like, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Just do." Like, okay, sure. Allegedly, again, this might not have ever happened. I might never have had these clients. I could be talking about my ass. But if there was a client I had who may or may not have done some crazy shit and loved to kind of talk about it, because I can't disclose it in any reality.
Jeez.
It's so good for barbecues. Like the closest bar to a PT clinic is a PT building or a gym is usually the most interesting because there's some fucking funny stories. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Gyms are crazy place.
Dude, it's a fucking zoo. It is mental. Gyms they are zoos. The amount, actually I probably can't talk about that. Yeah, there's a couple of like, I've worked at some gyms where all the clients, there was like 4 to 6 couples that were all cheating on each other with each other and everyone knew but no one was talking about it. And it was just like watching this ticking time bomb but soon someone who shouldn't know is going to know. And they're all married. They're all doing the same group class. And I'm not running the group class at the time. I was doing PTs. But like you'd go to parties to pick people up to drop them off after training and there'd be like hickeys and it was a bruise and like everyone's cheating on everyone and you're just waiting for the explosion to happen. So good. Just like, yeah. Basic. And yeah, I've picked up another coach from an orgy before that was full of clients. I was like, I went in not knowing it's an orgy and he's completely hammered. I got called to come pick him up by the boss, mind you. And I was like, oh shit, there's like 6 of our clients here. It's like, see you, bro. I was like, I did not stay very long, needless to say. Yeah. Fuck.
What an industry.
Great industry. It's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then there's us who are trying to keep it as clinical and professional as we can. And everyone else is like, singlets, titties, and cocaine.
Everyone's a bunch of children, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're just big children. We're just not playing in the sandbox. We're trying to get nap time. Actually trying to do the kindergarten things.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I hope you have some of these dumb stories by the time we chat next.
Yeah, probably, hopefully. Well, actually, no, not hopefully, but maybe.
They're fun now.
Yeah, I don't imagine they will be fun.
They're not fun long term. Not fun in the moment. They're definitely fun now. I'm going to probably have to edit all that out, but that's not still funny. I don't know. I didn't mention any names.
No.
And I've worked in lots of spots because I do a little bit of consult work. So it's just like, it could be any gym, anywhere between 4 of the states of Australia. This is fine.
True.
Yeah, it's
No, you'll be
good.
right.
It's
Keep
fine.
it. Yeah.
Okay, and who's watching? Doesn't matter. Coach Chicken Legs exposed.
Those gangsters are gonna watch this and be like, that motherfucker.
They're fine, probably. I know some shit, so it's fine.
If they're still alive.
Yeah, probably. They're right. They're good. They're good.
I need to piss so bad.
We're done.